just $199 a month. The oh-so-stylish and reliable new 2025 Camry LE, only $298 a month. Need more space? Need more versatility? Drive the new 2024 RAV4 LE for only $298 a month. No matter what Toyota you decide on, now's the time to save big. Even the 2025 models are here with big savings. That's why at Toyota of Montgomery, everybody wins. These big offers are here for just a small amount of time. Visit us today at Toyota of Montgomery. Online at toyotamontgomery.com. Part of the Sutherland Automotive Group.
Corolla LETSRP 24,183. Camry LETSRP 30,842. Raw 4 liters ETSRP 31,173. 12K miles per year for 36-month lease with 3,980, 3,850, and 4,452 at signing. Zero security deposit with approved credit plus tax, tag, title, and $995 fee. Offer ends 7/31/2024.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Hey, miss, I don't mean to be telling tales out of school, but there's a fella in there who'll pay you $10 if you sing into his pan. I'm not here to make a record, you junk cracker. They broadcast me out on the radio.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into News and Views in the afternoon. That's Eddie that I just put up on the screen.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing today, Eddie?
All right. Trying to show my chili dog stain.
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Are you trying to show him my chili dog stain? Is that where you're?
Yeah, it's one of your favorite T-shirts, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you spilled what on it?
A little chili dog sauce, and I didn't even realize it.
Where did you eat a chili dog from?
It's not a restaurant.
How old are you?
54.
And you're still eating chili dogs.
Oh, dude,
Turn
yeah.
your camera a little more.
Dude, I love a good chili dog.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
You're not a dog guy?
Neither. No, it's delicious,
Okay.
but I'm only in my 30s. I thought as you get older, you just don't eat stuff like that because of, the heartburn
Yeah, that's all.
and the acid reflux.
That's the thing, Joe. You know all that's going to happen,
Mhm.
but then you see a sign that says 2 chili dogs for a couple bucks. You're like, I can handle that.
Yeah. Well, I think has heartburn right now.
Who's that?
Kim Cheadle.
Ooh, you think so?
Yeah, and it's not from chili dogs.
No, it ain't.
She resigned, finally.
Yeah.
What an abysmal showing yesterday at that hearing. Congressman Gary Palmer, who was there on the Oversight Committee, asked her questions. He'll be calling in at 12:30 today. So I want to know from his take, what was it like talking to her? What was it like in the room?
Mm-hmm.
And where does Congressman Palmer think things are right now in terms of what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
And of course, I would love his take on the shift we're seeing with Democratic politics right now. I really do appreciate Joe Reed here yesterday.
Had a good time with you.
But the more I heard a little bit from him, he was doing it in a more diplomatic way.
Yes.
As I started looking online, folks are acting like Kamala's the second coming. I'm
Nothing
like,
to
this
see
is
here.
a normal process.
Nothing to see here.
Completely normal process.
Well, Joey, if the president steps down, the vice president.
But he
steps
hasn't
down.
even stepped down.
Oh, is that right?
He's just not running for a second term.
Oh,
After they already go through the whole primaries and make sure, people like RFK Jr. can't get the nomination.
you want to bet on the step down?
And by the way, how many votes did she get in the primaries, in the 2020
Total
primaries?
votes? That would be 0.0.
Yeah. 0.
In fact, she dropped out because she got 0.0. Bernie Sanders got more.
And everybody's acting like, no, this is normal. This is like what you do in a democracy. No, this is what you do in a corrupt oligarchy where the ruling elite have decided, well, Joe's too old and can't do the job for us anymore. So let's just put in our latest puppet, our latest avatar to represent us.
Does it not look more like a puppet even than Joe?
Right. Oh, yeah.
I mean, just...
And so yesterday, while Cheadle is just being abysmal, Joe Biden literally phoned it in. Kamala was doing some big event.
Yeah.
And Joe, people are asking for proof of life. Folks are going, wait, is this a recording or is this AI? No, AI would have sounded much better. I don't know. It doesn't sound great, though. Here's President Biden phoning it in yesterday to the big Kamala Harris event.
And by the way, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be out there in the campaign with her, with Kamala. I'm going to be working like hell, both as a sitting president, getting legislation passed, as well as in campaigning. You know, what we still need to save this democracy. And Trump is still a danger to the community. He's a danger to the nation. And by the way, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be out there.
Well, they probably want him to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Because Pop, I don't think is going to be the greatest of
I think he should be out there
cheerleaders.
campaigning for her.
Oh, yeah?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Why not, man?
And then are you ready for 4 years of this? 4 years of Kamala Harris. And after Joe called in, she spoke to Joe.
So good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do. They truly are like family to us. And we do, everybody here does.
It's mutual.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid.
Completely normal. This is just normal. This is how politics is done, right?
Well, hold on, then. This is the same lady who told us, and I think they even had her on tape, that said if I ever saw something about Joe's age getting in the way, I would mention it. And she let out a cackle. So what we all saw on the debate stage and since then and knew before then, she's known the whole time. She's talked with him every day. So she's lied to us for how many years now? Everything's fine with Joe, and now that everybody else has seen it,
it's not just her. All the folks that are now backing her.
Oh yeah, but she's coming out on stage saying, "Hey, I'm running for president. I lied to you about this guy, but I'm not going to lie no more."
And the beautiful thing, like we discussed yesterday, is there are a lot of big voices on the right, some new, some not so much, who were calling this for years, and in particular, the replacement of Biden for over a year.
Yep.
So it isn't just like, oh, well, now we got to, the usual politics would be like, let's do all the Oppo research on Kamala, all this stupid stuff out there. No, there are now folks going, this is the system at work. And it's not empowering to you.
Yeah.
You're living in the matrix. Wake up. Maybe you want to take the blue pill and wake up like everything's fine and go back to your everyday life. Oof. But there are a lot of folks starting to see the glitches in this programming.
Yep.
You know how some people, you can just use like a sound and it sort of sums them up?
Oh, yeah.
Like, ooh, yeah. That would be Macho Man.
Yep.
Woo! Ric Flair, right?
Ric Flair.
If I had to do a Trump-like sound, just a sound, it'd be, like
All
he's, that's sort of his meter and cadence.
Okay.
Come on. What's that sound? Who's that? I think it's the person we just listened to.
A little bit like a
Our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
We'll see. But I just don't buy that this is the dream team everybody was hoping for.
So, now, okay, that being said, then, do you think something's going to happen during their convention that might change this?
I don't know.
Sounds like a lot of people are getting on board.
Yeah, it seems like all the donors have backed her. It seems like a lot of the big wigs in the Democratic Party have backed her. So it seems like she's going to be the candidate. But here's some of her message from that event yesterday.
Okay.
And let us be very clear. Not done. Far from it. He knows there is still more work to do, and our nation will continue to praise his bold and visionary leadership as president. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
And it is my great honor to have Joe's endorsement in this race.
Hey, did she get Obama's endorsement, by the way?
Huh?
She get Obama's endorsement, by the way?
I don't think Obama's done a thing yet.
I would think, being all the historical parts.
Well, I mean, he already called her the prettiest AG in all the land. Oof. And at the time, I agreed with him. I'm like, yeah, but that's kind of like talking about the tallest midget. Like, how many AGs are actually good looking? No offense, Steve Marshall.
I was going to say, I can think of several that would probably be better. But whatever. You know, I'm not that shallow, Joe.
Go eat another chili dog. You're a 50-something-year-old man still eating chili dogs. On the go.
On the go.
On the go.
Yeah.
It's not like you sat down at home or at a nice restaurant and you're like, eat all these chili dogs while I watch the game.
So I live
You're
my
on
life.
the go in
I
your
live
big
my life on the go.
raised up truck.
No, I was in the car today.
Wait, were you in which car?
The little Mercedes.
Oh, the little cute little Mercedes. So you went from being like
I
a
didn't
hillbilly
realize-
redneck to
didn't
being a
realize that
little
visual,
like,
yeah.
well, I'm a kept man. I stay home. I cook dinner for my wife.
Eating chili dogs at the red light, the Mercedes. Probably not the best look.
Goodness gracious. But you know what I mean? How the sound is.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good to hear you, Joe. Ah.
Hey, you remember when a time that she was dancing and clapping and she didn't realize the people were singing a protest song about her?
Yeah, that did
It
happen.
was a good time.
Remember when she told immigrants, do not come?
Oh, yeah. What did Trump say?
I'm gonna. No. Let's keep going with the event yesterday.
And it is my intention to go out and earn this nomination and to win.
All right. Another question. When do you think they let her in on the plan?
On the what?
On the plan. When do you think they let her in?
It's
on
probably
the
a
plan?
few weeks ago.
You think so?
Yeah, she might have been sharpening a knife for a long while. I have been saying for years that she's actually one of the most Machiavellian politicians in the business. Like, she's literally read Discourses on Livy. And if you notice, Eddie, if you've actually read a book once,
Yeah.
like Discourses on Livy, I think it's chapter 70, verse like 5 or something. It says, cackle until the old man croaks.
Well, apparently that's what some people are doing. Oh, Hillary backed her up too.
Thank you, Hillary.
So in the days and weeks ahead, I, together with you, will do everything in my power to unite our Democratic Party,
Good luck with that.
to unite our nation,
Okay.
and to win this election. You know, as many of you know, before I was elected as vice president, before I was elected as United States Senator, I was the elected Attorney General, as I've mentioned, of California.
Ooh,
Before
can we
that, I
talk
was a
about
courtroom
that?
prosecutor.
Mm.
In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
Really?
Yeah.
Predators who abused women. Fraudsters who ripped off consumers. Cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because you're one of them too. Like everybody else up there playing this stupid elite game that we pretend we have much say over. Eddie, I just want to chill and grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good theme. Let's just chill and grill. I just want to grill in peace. I want to eat chili dogs with my good buddy here,
Well,
without the government picking my pocket, without them constantly saying, here's the new
if you
thing
let them
you
have
need
their
to
way,
care
Joey,
about.
You're not
'cause-
going to be able to grill at all here soon. They're taking all that away from you, buddy.
Right. But that's going to be the message. I was a prosecutor. I was a top cop. And
I think that one's going to have to change because they're going to, man, they're really putting it to her already about that. Remember that time she was laughing about smoking pot and they reminded her how many black men she locked up for smoking pot.
well, and do you also remember a little flashback here to the 2020 primary season? And this is when I think Tulsi Gabbard, number one, ruined her career in Democratic politics by being too good
Yeah.
and taking down, well, Kamala Harris. Let's listen in.
The broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a
By the way, I really like Tulsi's voice.
Do you?
Yeah, it's pleasant. It's not exactly soothing, but
Well, it's better
Yeah,
than
man,
some of the other ones, I got to be honest. Yeah. Not so whiny.
prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
I
state of
forgot that one.
California. And she fought to keep cash
you,
bail
Congresswoman.
system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done.
Yeah, that model's really working out well.
And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
And you remember the "I Was That Girl"?
Oh gosh,
Dig
I
it,
do
Joe.
remember that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be so much fun, y'all. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this? Hello. Hey, who's this?
Oh, Red Top.
Hey, Red
Hey,
Top.
Red Top.
Yeah, I don't hear the beat. I guess you heard about Jimmy Carter and Sheila Jackson Lee dying today.
Jimmy Carter is not dead.
So,
Oh,
I know Sheila Jackson Lee passed away a couple of days ago, I believe.
I think Sheila Jackson Lee did, but Jimmy Carter is not dead. That was a big hoax that was obvious if you actually read the letter everybody's citing. It referred to Nancy Reagan in a pretty awful way, something I won't even
really?
repeat. Here, let me tell Eddie off air.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
Eddie, if you had read that,
Yeah,
I mean, it's just, it's not true.
Nice.
Jimmy Carter's not dead.
not nice.
okay.
He might be on death's door. but-
Yes, I do believe the door is swinging open for him now. But we're about to get a big sympathy thing for Democrats. Watch it.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's going to feel so sorry for Sheila Jackson Lee, Joe Biden, everybody's. And even these conservative news commentators talking about what a great job Joe Biden's done.
Who?
Where?
Who said that?
When?
What conservative news commentator said that?
Well, it just seems like everybody's just going so easy on the old guy. He's a mean SOB. He's been that way the whole time he's been in Congress.
Yeah, there are folks that are trying to make him like the man of the age. He's George Washington. He's the Cincinnatus of the 21st century.
Oh, good Lord.
I have no reason to be respectful of this person.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? No reason at all. No. And who was this person that was debating Kamala Harris then?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh, she's damn good. She was right. And, all these people who smoke pot put other people in jail for it when they ride in hell, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
But get ready for the big sympathy vote. And then there was nobody on the other end of that telephone call with Kamala Harris, at best, AI. So, still nobody's seen Joe. That's kind of weird.
No,
Well, he's supposed to speak this afternoon
supposed to
about it.
stumble out this afternoon.
God. Well, the U.S. government does amazing things with robotics.
Yep.
Roll Tide, go Trump.
Oh, I saw at a concert one time. Tupac was in the hologram. Everybody thought he was there for a little bit. It was just Tupac in the hologram.
Yeah.
So, just be careful what you see here.
Yeah. You know that Tupac was supposed to be in Star Wars?
Really?
It was Mace Windu. Like when he was trying to get it, Lucas was
Really?
trying to get it done in the mid-90s. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then it, of course, went to Sam Jackson.
Yeah. I like Sam Jackson.
Yeah, he's good in that role. He's good in a lot of roles.
Yeah.
Royale with cheese. Let's go to line 3. You're on there. Who's this?
Simpler days.
Hey, Supper Days.
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I wonder if the vice president is going to bring up her history of cheating with a married mayor of San Francisco when she was 29 and he was 60. When men run for political office, their sexual history is free game. I wonder if her sexual history is going to be free game.
No.
And by the way, Simpler Days, there's going to be folks that just your calls, women are like, see, there's the sexism. You try being a woman in this world. And I'm like, hey, ladies, you don't think there are any fellas that have soaked cork to get where they're at?
Well, I'm sure they will not bring up her history because she's chosen one now, and she can do no wrong. But shifting gears, they found the body there, Cellar and Vaughn in Publix.
Yeah, I saw that.
Shot the neighborhood up over there. So crime goes on in Montgomery. But
Yep. The body they found was a homeless person, right?
yeah, according to the mayor, we should just leave them alone, let them lay out there and be dead, not inquire about them, not check on them or anything. But crime goes on in Montgomery, and as the mayor says, it's 30% decrease in homicide.
Well, and
decrease.
I was very surprised today. Craig Munger at 1819 News has a story, one of the top ones there at 1819news.com right now. I got a problem with people dying. State Rep Gavan I can't remember how he said, Wandolin Gavan calls Birmingham disaster zone, backs Ingram-led bill for state intervention in crime-ridden cities.
Dude, Birmingham over the weekend was pretty gangster.
Yeah, that's not like some moderate Democrat always works. Like, she's usually very outspoken.
Right.
If she's backing Reed Ingram's bill, that's a big deal.
I'm telling you. That's why when I hear him say we need to be more like Birmingham, no. Read the Birmingham paper. We do not need to be more like Birmingham.
Well, our mayor wanted to send businesses to Birmingham that he wasn't happy with, so maybe he can send some of our criminals. Y'all have a good day.
See you, buddy.
272-9228.
Outside of Birmingham is booming with people moving there. Inside of Birmingham is not.
I think it's another story, a common one in this country. But, we were in Birmingham last together. We went to the Jordan Peterson event.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jordan Peterson interviewed Elon Musk, came out yesterday, and I was excited to watch it. And I only got an hour into it of the 2-something hours because Jordan wouldn't shut the H up.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, let Elon answer a question, man. I don't know if your all-meat diet has got you all hopped up or something, but relax. But we were in Birmingham. All sorts of beautiful old buildings. Like that theater we were in was remarkable.
Beautiful.
But you could see even where we walked around a little bit, a lot of that is not occupied.
No. A lot of it looked very seedy. A lot of it was dark. And I think Birmingham, like a lot of downtowns, during the day they're very busy because you have people working there. But at night, when the sun goes down, a lot of them are, you better get the heck out of here. Something bad might happen.
Yeah, it doesn't. I've been there more and more often. I'll be in Birmingham this weekend, actually. But it's a shame that our cities have been hollowed out for all sorts of reasons. I'm not blaming anybody in particular.
Well, I won't say it's just crime in a lot of places. A lot of people, they get tired of looking at their neighbor all the time. They want to move out, sell them all the time. They want to move out the country with just a little bit of land so they can, do their thing.
Right.
I get it.
Right. But just to reiterate, Jimmy Carter is not dead.
Nope.
And then another just random question, because it always trends every Tuesday on the Twitter.
Oh.
Taco Tuesday. Do people actually eat tacos on Tuesdays?
I eat tacos. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It don't have to be Tuesdays. But used to, there was a couple places in town that would have like twofers on Tuesdays and all that. But
wait, was it a chili dog taco that you had?
No, but that sounds pretty good.
You ever put a hot dog in a taco?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. No. We'll go with no.
By the way, you know how Joe was telling us yesterday that Mark Kelly would be a good VP choice?
Yeah.
There are a lot of folks online echoing that.
Is that right?
Yep. Saying he speaks well, he presents himself well. A fighter pilot, astronaut, and then, of course, the story of his wife, Gabby Giffords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he might be the choice.
That'd be interesting. Ooh, that would, I could see that pulling some people.
Oh, yeah. Now, coming up, they pushed it to 12:40. A meeting was going on. Gary Palmer, Congressman Gary Palmer, will be calling in here at about 12:40. So look forward to the conversation with him. This part of the program brought to you by Smokehouse Pit Barbecue. And there at Smokehouse Pit Barbecue, well, the original recipes are back,
That's
baby.
right.
And that pulled pork. My uncle got the brisket the other day.
Yeah.
Ooh. Tasty stuff. And if you want to, go to a great spot for lunch or in the evening, maybe with live music as you get into the weekend, open bar, it's a great atmosphere. And I love all the folks that work there too. It's like young folks, family, friends, like it is a family affair. Let's just say
definitely.
there at Smokehouse Barbecue. But what you really need to know Smokehouse is a great, in fact, probably the best destination in the area for breakfast.
Oh, yeah, Joey.
To die for cheese grits. You will believe in God if you didn't already.
They are good.
It'll reaffirm
best
that
cheese grits I
belief.
ever had.
And then fresh made biscuits that you can get done in pretty much any style. You can even get fried bologna if you want.
That's how you know you're in Alabama, baby.
There you go. And just all the fixins, it really is the best breakfast in the area. So y'all get by there in the morning, try out their breakfast, and be sure to tell the great team there at Smokehouse that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Hey, did you see that Slim Shady finally took down Taylor Swift at the top of the charts?
I heard he broke her record, or forced her to break her record, basically.
Yeah, she was number one forever, and he finally, he's now number one.
Have you heard the album?
No.
Come on,
I haven't
man,
heard the new Taylor Swift album. I haven't heard the new Slim Shady album.
I thought you were my connection to the youth.
Really?
I was hoping.
You didn't think that. You know me.
I was hoping Slim Shady. I thought maybe you would at least watch one of them their videos or something.
No.
Have you heard anything? Is it good, bad?
It's number one.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing no more. Just some really bad music out there.
Think it's fake?
Well, I don't know.
No, the Billboard charts. You think they're fake?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I used to work in a record store, dude. Yeah, you could
even
trend that
back
all
in the day. Yeah,
you could trend that all day long.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely things that become hits that everybody hears. And so, yeah, number one makes
Yeah.
sense. But it's also, there's a lot of promotion and inside
Yeah.
baseball going on.
There's also
there.
a lot of hits that nobody hears.
Right. Or don't want to hear, but it's
Yeah.
just like, it's on the radio.
It's on the
so-
radio, constant, yeah.
And we have people that work with us that remember those days of you could be a tastemaker. What you put in rotation would be the hit, and you could even do it at a regional level, and you could create hits just from your station. And there's part of me that's like, yeah, that was a fun
pretty
era.
cool.
But I'm glad it's not that way.
You could do that now, just if you wanted to, but it'd be via podcast or via
Online promotion.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a lot out there these days.
Yeah,
So
our buddy Brandon, I think, has an online radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not hip to the latest music. Not even the way I
Okay,
just
so
said that.
What is the latest music that you've listened to? That you can say, okay,
It's like the newest thing?
Yeah, yeah.
That thing I made this weekend?
Okay, commercial-wise.
Okay, not my own stuff.
Right. Get off your own supply there, buddy.
No, I'm going to keep on it. I just find it fun to drive around listening to stuff I made. Trying to think.
You'll love kids then.
New. Oh, God. New. No, I'm stumped.
Really?
Can't think of like a brand new album. I'm
I'm
loving.
the same way. Nothing.
Guess the newest thing would be the latest stuff Wolfpack or Wolfmon, that iteration of Wolfpack put out on YouTube like a month or two ago. No, it's like Minneapolis, like funky white guys.
I got you.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Okay.
I like Wolfpack a lot. So their newest stuff is always a little fun.
I hate to say it, but most of my newest music comes off TikTok, and it's usually, a minute at a time.
And what is it? Jack Stratton's the mastermind behind Wolfpack.
Oh,
And
wow. Look at you.
he's talented. Very talented. That's probably the newest thing
Yeah.
I like. Anyway, we do need to hit a break here.
All right.
Folks, I'm stalling. I was supposed to be talking to the congressman right now, but how about this? We'll hit a break.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll be coming back with Congressman Gary Palmer. He was there in the Oversight Committee room as they were grilling Kimberly Cheadle. He himself asked her questions. Of course, Nancy Mace getting the viral clip out of that saying, "You're so full of shaving cream." Like, just out of frustration, you could tell she said that. And I could see why a lot of folks resonate with that, because she was just talking in these generalities, this Cheadle woman.
Well,
and she is now resigned, thank God.
Okay,
But it
I'm glad
doesn't
she's
fix the
resigned.
problem. It doesn't
Right.
give us any answers about what actually happened that day.
Who's in charge now, though? Does she have an assistant? Is there a... I mean, if you're President Trump, don't you want to know?
Actually, Mamala. God.
And perhaps maybe next time you hire a Secret Service boss, don't take the word from the First Lady. Maybe don't take that one so well. Maybe actually get somebody that's got some experience in that.
There you go.
Yeah, just a thought.
Now, before we hit a break, we got another sponsor here. Great one. Dylan Rings.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe there are only 6 days left of their Christmas in July amazing discounts that they're
That makes
providing.
sense. We only got 6 days left in July, right?
Yeah, the great sales there, Christmas in July, only 6 shopping days left at this Right now, if you go today, you can get 10 to 45% off in-stock items, all in-stock items. Awesome deals, like I'm looking at a 14-karat blue topaz station necklace.
Yeah.
That is absolutely gorgeous and tasteful. It's not too
That gaudy?
Yeah, ostentatious. It's very tasteful. And of course, that's just one example. Its regular price is $810. It's on sale until July 31st for $445.
That's a heck of a deal, Joey.
And you can start a layaway for only $150. So you're sort of paying as you go to get it ready. Again, This is Christmas shopping. Christmas in July. So get by Dillon Rings today because, don't forget about it. You only got 6 days left. You got to get there today. Their location, 119 Brown Springs Road, right here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie that Joey and Eddie, those fellows on the radio, sent you. We'll tell you more about Dillon Rings a little later in the program.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hey, folks, thank you for making CTE Outdoor Power a preferred dealer and Hustler one of the most popular riding mowers. Recently, I met a couple from Evergreen who discovered us because friends recommended both CTE and Hustler. They heard our team of friendly, helpful professionals would guide them to the Hustler model that's the best fit for them, and that because we support all the products we sell, we take the hassle out of future needed parts and service. They liked Hustler because of the highest quality and warranty, and that we partner with Hustler to offer 0% interest financing. Now, if you haven't discovered Hustler and CTE yet, now is the perfect time because this month when you mention this ad, we'll pay the sales tax when you purchase any new riding mower. Folks, can you get all that anywhere else? CTE Outdoor Power, I-85 at Perry Hill Road and CTEOutdoorPower.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
If you need to rent equipment, you need it fast. You need it to be right, and you need it to be easy. In other words, you need Thompson Rents. We know exactly what you need because we live and work where you do. Our business is homegrown and local, just like yours. Since 1957, Thompson has been with you every step of the way, with equipment to rent or buy that fits your needs and your budget. Today, we've got it all, like Cat compact equipment to rent or buy, including skid steers, backhoes, and mini excavators. Plus, allied brands like Genie, Toro, Almond, and Finn, with pumps, area lifts, carry deck cranes, light towers, and more. All backed by people you probably not only know and like, but who you can absolutely trust. So visit ThompsonRents.com for more details or the location near you. Thompson Rents. We're here for you.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Well, hi, everybody. Our weather pattern remains the same from the last few days and will continue through the end of the week with very little day-to-day change. There will be scattered to numerous showers and storms. They will be random and most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, and really each day through Saturday, with high temperatures held down by clouds and showers, upper 80s to near 90, lows at night in the lower 70s. Some of the stronger storms will have some very heavy downpours, gusty winds, intense lightning, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has digital banking solutions to help you keep up. Check balances, pay bills, and much more. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now, as promised, appreciate him fitting us in. We have time here with Congressman Gary Palmer. Hey, Congressman, how are you this afternoon?
I'm good, Joey. How are you?
Doing quite well, all things considered. What a crazy few weeks of events in American politics. First, I want to start with the hearing yesterday. I know you were there at the Oversight Committee asking Kim Cheadle questions. What was your sense of her and largely the Secret Service's response to what happened in Pennsylvania to Trump?
One of the worst witnesses we've ever had in a hearing, and it became apparent to me that she was told basically not to respond to our questions.
Well, and I know I saw a clip of Nancy Mace getting quite frustrated, and it seems like that frustration was also across the aisle, right? It wasn't just a Republican thing.
Yeah, it was one of those rare occasions when we were all in agreement, first of all, that she should resign, but it was a massive failure on the part of the Secret Service. And there's still a lot of questions, Joy, that I want answers to.
So let's go through a few of those questions. What do we really need to know that we don't know right now?
Well, I think we need to talk to the special agent charged out of the Pittsburgh office. We need to talk to the supervisor and the site agent. They're the ones who walked the site before the event, came up with the site security plan. And the way they do this, they have perimeters. There's like concentric circles. And the inner circle is fully under the Secret Service. The next perimeter is under local law enforcement. The third perimeter is basically just your regular beat cops working that. But the fact that they left a building less than 150 yards from the podium, unsecured, with no real overwatch is stunning to me, Joey. In that second perimeter, it was the SWAT team, they call them the Emergency Services Unit, from Butler County, Pennsylvania. They were in a two-story building behind that rooftop where the shooter fired his rounds from. And the angle for them to look back at that, according to the information I've been given, was so severe they didn't have complete coverage. And then there's a water tower about 350 yards from the podium that would have been a great position for Secret Service or even local law enforcement to have complete overwatch over the entire site. And there was nobody posted there. So it makes no sense. And then one of the things that she said that was just stunning to me was at 5:15, which was approximately 56 minutes before the guy fired his shot, they took the Butler County ESU unit took a picture of him when he was using a rangefinder. It took them 23 minutes to get that picture to the Secret Service, and nobody went down to interdict him. They didn't understand what compromise authority they had. They didn't understand. They didn't have good interoperability of their communication systems. And she says, "Well, we really don't scan for rangefinders." I mean, that is beyond stupid.
Yeah, and it's the failure is so catastrophic. I think it is always a good rule of thumb. Don't attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence. But the incompetence here is so just shocking that no wonder folks out in the country are starting to wonder, what was going on with this. And do we also have any more information on the shooter himself at this moment?
Not much, but the other thing is he also had built some IEDs, improvised explosive devices. And I didn't get a chance to ask Director Cheadle this, but I wanted to know why they didn't have K-9 units. And I found out today through another source that the president's detail had requested K-9 units. So the very fundamentals of one of the most competent agencies in the world, it staggers the imagination that there would be this many screw-ups from an agency that had a 43-year track record of avoiding anything close to this. So it's just, like I said, it's unbelievable.
It really is. And the fact that it's not just the Secret Service that isn't giving answers, I feel a little troubled that they're constantly referring to, the FBI is looking into this. And myself and a lot of other Americans have learned not to trust the FBI, for better or for worse.
Yeah. Well, the ATF's also looking into it. So you'll have some other three-letter agencies, I think, engaged at some point. But what I talked with Speaker Johnson yesterday morning before the hearing, and talked with him right before the hearing, and there's going to be an independent task force. I, from my perspective, I really would prefer that we not have a bunch of members of Congress on the task force, because I know this will shock you, but there are a lot of members of Congress that are more interested in getting more media hits than they are getting to a solution.
Right.
I think we need independent expert investigators that we can trust to handle this. And it's a deep dive investigation will take months to really get through everything that I think we need to get through.
And going forward, has security been upped for Trump and any other important principle the Secret Service might be covering?
Well, it has been increased. And, of course, Cheadle resigned this morning. It'll be interesting to see who the acting director will be. Obviously, the Democrats are going through a bit of a transition right now with Biden stepping aside and the presumptive nominee running around like she's already the president. So it's going to be interesting to see who they bring in to replace Cheadle. But I would be shocked if we had even the slightest lapse in security in future Trump events. I don't think the agency would ever recover from it if something else happened.
Yes, sir. And again, folks, we're talking to Congressman Gary Palmer here from the great state of Alabama. And, you mentioned this switcheroo that's being done with Biden not seeking a second term. This has to be one of the weirdest things I've seen in politics in a long time. Number one, a lot of folks on the right were calling this over a year ago because you could see the incentives and what people might do. But it seems like the Democratic Party wants everybody to go, this is just how politics is done. Nothing to see here. Just get behind Kamala. But am I off base that this is just odd?
Well, unless you like people who lie to you with impunity. Joey, we knew that Biden wasn't calling the shots from day one. I mean, he ran his campaign from the basement. It wasn't because he was afraid of COVID. It was because they were afraid that if they got him out in public, he was going to screw up. He has a lifetime history of screw up. And you can imagine as his mental capacity began to decline, how much bigger that problem became. And then his decline over the last 2 years has been precipitous. It's just, and they lied about it. Harris lied about it. The White House media lied about it. But we knew. I mean, Speaker Johnson went over to the White House for a meeting, and after the meeting, he stepped aside with President Biden and asked him about the fact that he had issued an executive order refusing to increase the amount of liquefied natural gas that we were exporting to Europe, which they're desperate for our gas. and he put a freeze on building any new LNG facilities. Well, when Speaker Johnson brought that up to him, he said he didn't do that. And Mike said, Mr. President, you certainly did. You signed an executive order. President Biden said, I didn't do that. He doesn't even know what he's signing. Wow. So we've known this for quite some time, and they've covered it up. And what I tell people, Joey, is it does not matter who the person is on the ticket, whether it's Harris or somebody else. The policies are not only not going to change. If they were to win again, they will double down on them. And if you think groceries are expensive now, just think what a second term of or a Harris presidency would leave us with.
Well, and to your point, there's a great line that's been around for a few days now that we're not running against a candidate, we're running against a system. But in your opinion, your sense of things, who is actually running the show? Is it just government by committee at this point?
I think that we've just experienced the third term of Obama. I mean, think about this. Eric Holder's out vetting people for potential vice presidential running mates. If Harris were to win, we would be getting the fourth term of Obama. And Obama's 2 terms in office were devastating to small business in this country. Now, I'm the chairman of the policy committee, and Joe, I ran a think tank. Prior to that, I worked for 2 engineering companies, which all that together means that I'll bore you to tears with facts. But prior to Obama getting elected, the Gallup Research Center put out a report saying that prior to Obama's election, there were 100,000 more new businesses opening than were closing in our country. So we had a net positive in terms of business creation. By the end of 2014, 6 years into his 2 terms, it was 70,000 more businesses closing than were opening, and it wasn't because of their taxes, it was because of all the regulations. The Biden administration in 3.5 years have added about $1 trillion in regulatory costs, and that's one of the main drivers of inflation. That's why your groceries are so expensive and your household utilities.
Well, and in the actual dollar cost of the regulations is bad enough, and then you add to it, I guess what some folks call regime uncertainty, that you don't know what rules and regulations are coming down. I'm a big believer in, say, the burgeoning cryptocurrency industry, especially around Bitcoin, and to see what Biden's SEC has done is just it's a travesty. But I know that's just one industry that how do you even make a 5-10 year plan with these folks in charge?
You don't. And what I've told people is that money is just like water. It will always seek the path of least resistance. There's enough risk for investors as it is, but when you add the uncertainty of a regulatory regime that's completely out of control and the potential of major tax increases, and you see what happens to capital formation and capital investment, it goes somewhere else.
Well, it just underlines the point and gives it more impetus to Trump needs to get back in there. And it does seem like, I don't know if you were at the convention or not, just the mood from watching it from afar, that people are just very happy that it really was providential, the fact that Trump's alive. And it seemed like the entire party, despite the differences within the party, was just happy to be there and happy to see this campaign play out.
Well, I wasn't at the convention. I stayed home in Alabama and worked on other things that I think is going to help us. But it was, even by left-wing media accounts, one of the greatest conventions ever because of the unity and how everything worked just like it was supposed to. What I really hope people get out of this, though, is not what a great convention it was. It's what a great vision we have for getting our country back on the right track. And we do have a vision for bringing down the cost of living for everybody, a great vision for securing our border, for addressing our energy security, which is critical to our national security. And there are other things like our access to critical minerals and rare earth elements, which you absolutely have to have for things like your telephone, your cell phone, or even the electronic panel in your washing machine. We're working on those things. When Trump got elected the first time, Joey, we didn't think he was going to win, so everything was in anticipation of a Hillary Clinton presidency, and it was all defensive oriented. This time around, we anticipate he's going to win, and we're already preparing legislation for when he walks in the door after the parade.
Here, and I think time is of the essence. If the American people give the gift of the Republican Party having the Congress, say both houses, and the presidency, the White House, I think time is of the essence. You can't wait months. You got to get it done in those first 100 days or so.
Well, I tell our colleagues we've got 20 months in the first 2 years of the next Trump term. And people say, well, why only 20 months? Because historically, presidents in their second term and their midterm lose seats. Now, not always, but they always lose momentum. So we've got to have an agenda that we can accomplish in those first 20 months if we hope to have any momentum whatsoever going into 2026 and then into 27, the start of the last 2 years of Trump's second term. So that's what we're planning for. I don't want us sitting around here twiddling our thumbs. I want us going out and doing the things that I think will get us on a pathway to get the country out of the ditch.
Well, I appreciate your time today, Congressman. Let's do this again soon. Appreciate it, sir.
All right. Thanks for having me on, Joey.
Again, folks, that's Congressman Gary Palmer. I do appreciate, I like that he got a little self-deprecating there, that I might bore you, but I'm the facts guy, I'm the policy guy, and he truly is. The more we've gotten to know him, he's a good player, mostly behind the scenes. He does his work quietly, but I think he does it well. We got to get a very quick break here. Be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hey there, this is Hannah Grantham with Forest Meadows Homes and Land. And since my partner Eddie Bader and I started advertising with Blue Water Broadcasting, we've seen the results from it daily. Blue Water Broadcasting has become a second family, and I recommend them to anyone looking to advertise their business.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Listen up. Little Fish Tales is reopening its doors soon right on Deatsville Highway. We're talking breakfast and a meat and three buffet style with mouth-watering flavors. Start your day off right with Little Fish Tales breakfast menu. And come lunchtime, you can dive into the delectable meat and three options. Piled high plates of perfectly cooked fish, juicy chicken, or savory ribs, all paired with your choice of delicious sides. Keep listening for details on the reopening. Little Fish Tales, Deatsville Highway.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Before we head into the second hour, this part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing. And there at Cole Plumbing, James and the team are ready to help you with all your plumbing needs, whether you have a big problem like a huge leak. They have proprietary pipelining technology that allows them to get in there and solve that problem with minimal discomfort in your home, which means they're not going to tear out a bunch of drywall. They got a huge hole. They can do it again with precision and expertise. But they can also help you with everyday plumbing problems from clogged drains to low water pressure, things that you might not even be suspecting, like tree root invasion or a gas line leak or a sump pump ain't working. And, of course, they can help you upgrade to, say, a tankless water heater system.
Or a taller toilet.
Oh, yeah, or maybe a bidet.
There you go. Go papers.
Or go, like, real fancy Japanese toilet.
Oh, show you. Toto. Yeah. Good call.
So check out Cole Plumbing today. 279-8919 is that number. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole, Joey.
I like Gary Palmer and the work he's doing, like I was saying before I hit that short break. But I think him and a lot of other members of Congress, like, what the heck was that performance from Kim Cheadle yesterday? Like,
you know exactly what it was.
Yeah, it's like, well, we can't talk about these things.
That's what I don't like. Why can't we call it out for what it is? Until you can prove me wrong. I've got overwhelming evidence that says one thing, What do you have to dishonor that?
And it's rare when Democrats and Republicans agree. We're all seeing the same things of how catastrophic this screw up was.
Yeah.
And that you're over a week later and no answer.
Well, how long have you been waiting on answers?
Reminded me of the truth there.
Just saying.
Yeah, who blew up Nord Stream? Where did COVID come from, actually? Did we ever really get a straight story about the Las Vegas shooter?
No, in fact, that's starting to come back up now.
Yeah.
But it'll quickly be squashed again.
Yeah, he just lugged all those arms and equipment up there himself, quietly.
Oh, there's so many questions.
He used a bump stock. No, he did that. That's not. No.
Now they're saying some of the ammo that they found up there was not what people were shot
It's that
with.
Saudi prince is being shuffled out the
Exactly.
casino. Like, what the heck is going on here?
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. You don't often get answers to any of this stuff.
But even if you knew the answers, like Trump said he wasn't going to, let the JFK papers go. I think he will now. But what do you do with that information as an American citizen besides being outraged? I mean, I think we demand to know, we have the right to know, but when it's 100 years later, that's just a lot of CYOA on their part.
Oh, by the way, somebody just put up a compilation photo. It's Hulk Hogan, Donald John Trump, Linda McMahon, and the caption says, "Stone Cold Steve Austin has stunned all three of them." What? We'll be right back, folks.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. In the face of bipartisan opposition, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle submitted her resignation 10 days after the assassination attempt against former President Trump. In an email to staff, Cheadle said that she takes full responsibility for that security lapse in Pennsylvania. Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes fell in June for the fourth straight month, as elevated mortgage rates and record high prices kept many would-be home buyers on the sidelines. Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes fell 5.4% last month from May. It was the fourth consecutive month of declines, according to the National Association of Realtors. The Dow is ahead 1 point, the NASDAQ up 11. This is SRN News.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-458-9469. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-458-9469. 800-458-9469. 800-458-9469.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, serving the river region with the best quality building materials for decades. Contractor to do-it-yourselfer. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our weather pattern remains the same from the last few days and will continue through the end of the week with very little day-to-day change. There will be scattered to numerous showers and storms. They will be random and most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, and really each day through Saturday, with high temperatures held down by clouds and showers, upper 80s to near 90, lows at night in the lower 70s. Some of the stronger storms will have some very heavy downpours, gusty winds, intense lightning, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey to Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Montgomery police are investigating 2 instances of gunfire in the County Downs neighborhood. The first report happened Sunday night in the 500 block of County Downs Road. Police responded to the same location Monday morning where a home had been damaged by gunfire. No one was injured in either instance. A 13-year-old boy was shot during what Montgomery police are calling a disturbance on Rosa Parks Avenue. The shooting happened at about 1:15 Monday afternoon. The nature of the boy's injuries were not specified. No other information has been released. Montgomery police have opened a death investigation after a man's body was found Monday afternoon in East Montgomery. The body was found in a grassy area near the Cornerstone Shopping Center in the 7600 block of Vaughan Road. The cause of death was unclear and the circumstances remain under investigation. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
This is your roving reporter, and today I am talking with an elk. Hey man, Mr. Elk, I was just wondering, what do elk do to take care of their money? Well, like most smart folks, we call David Erdit. You mean Alabama's most favorite asset preservationist? That's him, man. We call him up at 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. I see. Yes, he is our preferred money man. The money man with the money plan. You've been paying attention. Well, could you give us those numbers one more time? 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. And I just want to try to give you a heads up, man. Oh, what's that? I'm not an elk. Not an elk, huh? Well, then, pray tell, what are you? Knights of Columbus. I am not even going to make a comment. Well, the baby liked it.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes suspected, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
Hold on to your butt.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back into the program. I'm Joey. That's Eddie there, the man, the myth, the realtor.
That's right, Joey. That's right. You were talking about Biden administration and what it's done to small businesses.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest to say the real estate world has suffered since the day that man walked in.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if I speak for every realtor, but I know I speak for myself when I say I can't wait for the day he walks out.
And would you love, like, after the moratorium during COVID, would you love, like, a national rent control? And that'll really do wonders for the whole housing market.
It does not.
No, why don't we just completely nationalize everything under Fannie and Freddie and just have, like, communism for housing? That'll probably work out well.
I got an example of that. This guy I follow on the Tiki Talk, he owns a place in Germany. And so they bought an apartment with the plans of renting it out to make money off of it.
Sure.
Well, the German government has stepped in and they said because of housing
no, do
shortages.
Do it in German.
I don't think I can. I don't want
Are we German?
Very German. Anyway, they stepped in and they said, hey, because of our housing shortage, national housing shortage, you have to do rent control now. He is actually going to lose money every month. His payment is like, say, $1,000.
Yeah.
He's only allowed to collect $700 a month in rent. So I was like, why? And so I was texting back and forth, and why would anybody do that? And he said, over there, that's when it comes to real estate, it's very controlled by the government. And he said, but most people that own real estate own it for centuries. Like it's a family thing. It's really hard to get into. I see why now.
Goodness gracious.
Right. Imagine no property rights whatsoever like that.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Let's go to Randall. Hey, Randall.
and a lot faster than I thought. Man,
Yeah, Randall.
This train moving fast.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot more than I thought. But on the representative, well, what reason I think there was so much information coming out like it's coming, they want to make it where everybody's got a hold to not stick a hole in your history or your plans. So no matter what you do, they're gonna have it where you know what I mean, you can get it both sides, but there's gonna be there's always a little joining spot in every store you can nick it and get in there, and that's what they're doing, and it's making us not trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it started from Donald. I ain't saying it started from Donald Trump, but the big wave of it started from Donald Trump saying fake news.
Though I would say, Randall, and I'm not the first one to come up with this, entertain the idea that they've always been lying to you. The Matrix has been real for a long time.
Yeah.
You just couldn't see it. And a lot of people couldn't see it.
Yeah, I got you on that.
Well, growing up with the 3 stations we had to get news from, they were all in on it together. So how would I have seen any different, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And on the representative you just had, I can't think of his name, but say it one time. So like, I know I ain't probably
Gary
the only
Palmer?
one. He what caught me, what was the big thing of his story is he stayed back from the glitz and glamour and worked on stuff for Alabama. And man, if that's true, I hope you get him on the station. I mean, there is a plan. I ain't saying I know they can't tell us the plan, but just sprinkle a little bit to give folks hope. You know what I mean? To go to the vote polls. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are like, man, after everybody telling me it's fake, why not go vote? You know what I mean? They done got to that point, and I think they need to swing something back if that would be a possible thing. So just to sprinkle a little something, a little hope. That's all.
So, Randall, you think with all this, people are just getting more disillusioned with it?
Yeah, they don't know which way to turn. Yeah. They thinking everything's a lie now.
Yeah, right.
And either that people like me are crazy and go lock his ass up. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's basically what we got to.
Right.
All right, fella.
All right, Randall. Take care, brother.
Appreciate it.
Love you, man.
Yeah, and it's kind of like everybody's been on a big drug trip and they're coming down from it finally. And they're like, I don't even know what to think now. But I think what we're seeing is the reality of our system is now poking its head through the movie that we're presented. For instance, that assassination attempt. I until I get answers, I'm going to leave open the possibility that this guy didn't act alone. And there are members of Congress now saying this, like, oh, how crazy is that? It's like, well, no, you find a patsy.
Yeah.
Who's
Not
motivated.
Not that crazy.
And then you create a security hole for the patsy to go into and do his thing. It's that
and then
simple.
You make it look like incompetence, because that's exactly what it looks like.
Well, and how many times have we talked, say, to Judge Napolitano? I wish he picked 2 weeks ago on vacation.
Heck of a 2 weeks.
I think he's been still doing a show from Italy because he had to with these news items. But how many times have we talked to that guy about, say, FBI sting operations where they find that some poor soul, usually a young man, and they encourage him to go do something like a terrorist act? To where, what was the one in Union Station with Oates that he thought he was blowing up a bomb? And it's like, if they do that on a regular basis, and you also have others who said, we do this overseas all the time.
Governor of Michigan. Remember that whole, they were going to kidnap her. There was a guy on the other day, literally, it was one of the videos I watched, and he was protesting, and they asked him who he was, and he's like, well, actually, I was one of the people that convicted of trying to kidnap Witchin. And so he gave his story.
Well, and so if you put on your tinfoil hat, the story's supposed to be Trump is dead and Biden's out. And what? The Republicans would have forced Nikki Haley on the population or something.
Ooh, man.
Can you imagine that world, Nikki Haley versus Kamala Harris?
I wouldn't have not accepted that world very well. That'd have been a tough one.
Right. Now, J.D. Vance weighed in on the Trump assassination recently. And I think he's spot on with this.
Senator, the FBI is doing an investigation on the assassination attempt. Do you trust the Bureau? I don't trust the Bureau leadership, but I certainly think there are a lot of good field agents, guys on the grounds who have the country's best interest at heart. I think, like the president, obviously he was there and I wasn't, but my initial reaction was exactly the same. What bravery from the guys who reacted immediately. But what the hell was going on? How was that guy ever allowed to be there in the first place? Because I think somebody, whether it's higher up or somebody else involved, really did screw up. And we have to get to the bottom of it because, now me and my family are under protection. And obviously the president's safety is of paramount importance. I mean, look at people who realize, whether you're Democrat or Republican, what an unbelievable, bullet that we all dodged, right? Of course, the president's life is the most important thing. The unrest in this country, the anger, it would have taken this country a half a century to get over it. And, we really did, I think, as a country, get really lucky.
And just remember, folks, there are certain folks in this world, right wing, left wing, maybe they don't even fit into a category, who would burn everything down to just be king of the ashes. Yep. And try to ride the wave of chaos. It's happened in history. Again, the movie you've been watching for the last few generations, say the last 60, 80 years, in many ways is just a movie. It was presented to you literally on the silver screen. It was presented to you on TV. It was presented to you on the nightly news and in your newspapers. But occasionally, you can only curate the movie so much. Reality does break through. Now, I'll tell you what, reality is weird. History doesn't stop, and history gets gnarly and weird. And thank God that man is alive today, Donald John Trump, because I think hopefully Vice President Vance is right that we dodged a bullet altogether.
I bet that movie will be number one on Netflix, if not by this afternoon, but...
And knowing that obviously it's a movie, again, to the point I'm making, but I see him in a different light, going, if that's really what happened in his life, like, wow. And also how quick now. He's the vice presidential nominee. That's, talk about a meteoric rise. Yeah. That's absolutely crazy. And of course, there are folks already taking shots at J.D. Vance.
Well, I hope so. That's what they're supposed to do.
No, that's what you got to do.
Right. That's that.
You can't just be like, well, he's smart and he's great.
We can't be unifying to it.
So here is the young governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear. And he's going to talk about how J.D. Vance is just a big, fat phony. Let's listen in.
And I want the American people to know what a Kentuckian is and what they look like, because let me just tell you that J.D. Vance ain't from here. Now, the nerve that he has to call the people of Kentucky, of Eastern Kentucky, lazy. Listen, these are the hardworking coal miners that powered the Industrial Revolution, that created the strongest middle class the world has ever seen, powered us through 2 world wars. We should be thanking them, not calling them lazy.
Yeah, because everybody in poor Appalachia is just a real go-getter.
I don't know if you know, they got some problems up there, Joey.
Yeah. But no, you can't talk about problems, honestly.
No, you're right.
And you can't talk about culture because, and I love this, he's not a real Kentuckian. Like there's some platonic ideal of Kentuckian.
Why is he not a Kentuckian? Because he shed some light on maybe something that was happening in Kentucky? That makes you not from here?
No, and this is the same guy in that same book that talks about how they came from Kentucky to go to Ohio for opportunity, but would go back and because that's the family reunions and stuff there, that plot there in Kentucky in the gravesite that he will be buried in. They, the left, the corporate media made this guy a rock star. And now they're like, oh no, we got to undo this. And it's just, again, this is the movie and myth making. What's true? Maybe the whole movie, Hillbilly Elegy, just ain't true. But it's interesting, the folks who raised it up and said, oh, it is true. Do you want to understand Trump's America? Read this book. Watch this movie. Are now turning around going, oh, he's such a big fake phony. Just a Silicon Valley guy wants a dictatorship.
Yeah. Okay.
On that note, my op-ed is out today, and I think I should read it.
Heck yeah, why not?
This is, about J.D. Vance, why the ruling class must attack J.D. Vance's hillbilly bootstraps. So to quote Senator Vance from the Republican National Convention, this is the part that just resonated with me, because it's a different argument than Democrats bad. Those arguments will still be made. We just heard Gary Palmer making that argument.
Yep.
And you'll hear Democrats go, Republicans bad. But there's a different argument being made, mostly by the younger generation on the right. There's some folks on the left who also do get this. Usually they're younger. Here's the quote from that convention speech. Quote, "For decades, that divide between the few with their power and comfort in Washington and the rest of us only widen. From Iraq to Afghanistan, from the financial crisis to the Great Recession, from open borders to stagnating wages, the people who govern this country have failed and failed again." Now, whenever I hear the latest chatterings of the American ruling class, I can't help but snicker and snicker again. That's to laugh with contempt. And I got plenty of it for them. I know them too well to take their calls for love and respect seriously. I'm nothing against love and respect per se, but I simply do not believe the American ruling class when they use political language to advance their ambitions. To quote George Orwell, "Political language is designed to make lies sound truthful and murder respectable, and to give an appearance of solidity to pure wind." Though each of us may personally rely on poetic lies to help us face the difficult truths of our lives, the ruling class uses political poetry to make the ugly truth of their ambitions appear beautiful, all while being swift to criticize anything beautiful that may challenge their ambitions. All art is propaganda to the ruling class, and they hate nothing more than some outsider beating them at their own poetic game, especially when that outsider's poetry leans on timelessly tragic themes. Indeed, one of the oldest forms of poetry is the elegy, and J.D. Vance's New York Times bestseller, Hillbilly Elegy, is a powerful and nakedly personal lament to the American working class in that tradition. Of course, that is Vance's greatest sin in the eyes of the liberal literati. His elegy is too good not to be criticized. Add that director Ron Howard made Hillbilly Elegy into a compelling, well-crafted film available on Netflix, and the need for criticism becomes all the more urgent. For the wrong person to write a good book is bad enough, but to deliver that same story in an accessible way on the silver screen and in the midst of a heated election cycle is a worst-case scenario for the ruling elite. So now they must do their worst reputational wet work. Literal political assassinations may still be verboten in America. May still be verboten. But character assassination is the bread and butter of these elites. The most common criticism of Vance's elegy is to attack it as a grossly oversimplified and callous bootstraps tale. Apparently, to the modern liberal mind, stories of individual character, personal responsibility, and family struggle are anathema to their therapeutic project to save man from himself. Just search the term bootstraps along with J.D. Vance, and you will find thousands upon thousands of words attempting to give an appearance of solidity to pure wind. Quote, "Poor rural whites who grew up as I did and left are recognizing the dysfunction and struggle of Vance's story, but refusing in good conscience to draw the same cruel, bootstrapping conclusions that he does," writes Tracy Moore for Vanity Fair. "It's a patently noxious idea that the white poor must rise up on their own steam, and if they don't succeed, it's because they're lazy or unwilling." But the problem with Vance's conception of the American dream is that it is just a dream, writes Caleb Miller for the Daily Beast. A fiction, a convincing lie that successful people tell themselves in order to claim all the credit for their accomplishments. Miller continues, "I believed this lie for a while. It helped me to deal with survivor's guilt, or whatever one should call the feelings that come with moving away from Coal City. But it's important to recognize that taking all the credit discounts the influence that our communities, the government, and sheer dumb luck have on our outcomes. This is the core of why Vance fills me with rage. He wants you to believe that he pulled himself up by his bootstraps, and he wants you to look the other way as he pulls up the ladder behind him." These are just two examples of the deluge of criticism spat at Vance's supposed bootstraps beliefs. Anyone who listens to Vance in good faith can see this is a reductive caricature of his experiences and beliefs, as well as a straw man of what it means to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. To say Vance doesn't understand the role of luck or community in life's outcomes is hilariously absurd. Just go watch that movie. To suggest an emphasis on personal responsibility is tantamount to a policy of cruelty is to deny reality. Some folks are, in fact, lazy and no good. They make the wrong decisions, but they can always change. But worst of all, to use appeals to community and luck as a means to deny men the possibility of pride in their own accomplishments is a disgustingly demoralizing display. No man is an island, this much is true. But to constrict compassion, community, and the goddess Fortuna herself as a cudgel against individual agency is more selfish and cruel than anything a liberal could ever imagine Ayn Rand uttering. Furthermore, seeing the same low-resolution criticism leveled in the same banal way again and again against Vance all at once suggests ulterior motives on the part of the entire class of people that run this country. The content of the criticism against Vance and his elegy is beside the point. It's just wind. The point is to make something beautiful seem ugly. Hillbilly elegy humanizes Vance, so he must be made into a monster. There's no way the ruling class could ever allow Donald Trump's running mate to be regarded as a man with a beautiful, though thoroughly tragic, story to tell. Unfortunately, the ruling class has their dirty work cut out for them. Netflix views for Hillbilly Elegy recently shot up 1,179%, while the memoir reached #1 on Amazon's book list. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it is remarkable that this guy, and I think that's what irks them the most, that they made this guy a star.
Yeah.
Saying, if you want to understand Trump's America, read this. And people read it, they understood, and now, they don't like the actual answer.
Why?
Because, Eddie, you can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You need us to help you. It drives me nuts, this tactic that you are so without, and unless you go my way, you will always be without. Because of the evil forces that I'm going to protect you from, the forces that are keeping you down, man.
If we're this good with the government riding my back, imagine how great I could be if they just got off.
Right. Like I said earlier, I just want to chill and grill. I want to eat chili dogs with Eddie without them picking my pocket.
Yeah.
And without them saying, well, you need to go off to some war because this is the latest thing we need to fight. Or, no, we need to actually pick your pocket indirectly by bailing out the big banks again. Yeah. We need to tell you, who you are working your ass off every day, all day, that you're a privileged racist and sexist.
Yep. That's
and
coming.
nativist and xenophobe. You're all the evil things we can muster up. Unless you join our team, then we'll help you. That's the pitch. And it's disgusting. If that's the mentality, no wonder folks don't rise up.
Yeah. Those are the crabs that are in that bucket, Joey.
272-9228. Yeah, there's a lot of luck in life. And there's a lot of ways family, community, even the government can help people. But every time somebody utters, hey, maybe folks need to be more responsible, you screech and go, "Ree, a mouse!" You're sort of giving away your ugly beliefs and how little you think of your fellow man in your goal to save them. We should expect more of people and less of politicians. More of people and less of these myth makers. And I think we'd have a much better world for it. Anyway, we should hit a break.
All right.
But first, this part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you with buying or selling a home here in the River Region real estate market. And it's not just folks looking to buy or sell. Maybe you're looking to, say, take a current house you own and convert it into a rental property. Like you don't want to sell it right now. Maybe you're moving, but you want to keep it as a performing asset. Why not have the Goodson Group manage it for you for a reasonable fee? And then the crown jewel there at the Goodson Group is the Bo Goodson Real Estate School, one of the most highly acclaimed real estate programs in the state because, well, it's number one, interactive course. Bo's 40 plus years of experience really come to bear there. He's been through it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then the proof is all the folks that have graduated from that course, from Bo's school, and gone on to great success. Whether it's more knowledgeable private players or as fully licensed realtors, it's a great way to study up for a real estate license test. So check out the Goodson Group today. You can always go to thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. Great sponsor of News and Views in the afternoon.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hey folks, thank you for making CTE Outdoor Power a preferred dealer and Hustler one of the most popular riding mowers. Recently, I met a couple from Evergreen who discovered us because friends recommended both CTE and Hustler. They heard our team of friendly, helpful professionals would guide them to the Hustler model that's the best fit for them, and that because we support all the products we sell, we take the hassle out of future needed parts and service. They liked Hustler because of the highest quality and warranty, and that we partner with Hustler to offer 0% interest financing. Now, if you haven't discovered Hustler and CTE yet, now is the perfect time because this month when you mention this ad, we'll pay the sales tax when you purchase any new riding mower. Folks, can you get all that anywhere else? CTE Outdoor Power, I-85 at Perry Hill Road and CTEOutdoorPower.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
This isn't just another sale. It's the Toyota Big Win Sales event at Toyota of Montgomery with big deals on our big Toyota inventory. This month only, get big savings on the fuel-efficient new 2024 Toyota Corolla LE, just $199 a month. The oh-so-stylish and reliable new 2025 Camry LE, only $298 a month. Need more space? Need more versatility? Drive the new 2024 RAV4 LE for only $298 a month. No matter what Toyota you decide on, now's the time to save big. Even the 2025 models are here with big savings. That's why at Toyota of Montgomery, everybody wins. These big offers are here for just a small amount of time. Visit us today at Toyota of Montgomery. Online at toyotamontgomery.com. Part of the Sutherland Automotive Group.
Corolla LETSRP 24,183. Camry LETSRP 30,842. RAV 4 liters ETSRP 31,173. 12K miles per year for 36-month lease with 3,980, 3,850, and 4,452 at signing. Zero security deposit with approved credit plus tax, tag, title, and $995 fee. Offer ends 7/31/2024.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Well, hi, everybody. Our weather pattern remains the same from the last few days and will continue through the end of the week with very little day-to-day change. There will be scattered to numerous showers and storms. They will be random and most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, and really each day through Saturday, with high temperatures held down by clouds and showers, upper 80s to near 90, lows at night in the lower 70s. Some of the stronger storms will have some very heavy downpours, gusty winds, intense lightning, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
John Bobo with Capital Tractor. Don't miss our great package deal right now on a 25 horsepower Kubota tractor with front end loader and more. All for 0% APR 84 months with approved credit.
Now through September 30th, 2024. See Capital Tractor or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Now, back to the whole Kamala show.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to somebody who isn't right-wing.
Okay.
Let's go to my man. I like to call him my man, too. Steve Kornacki. Nerd. Nerd alert. But nerds are good for something. Well, and plus, folks that listen through Craig and I nerding out about Lord of the Rings on Friday. Like, I'm saying
I
nerd
think you all
with...
reached an audience that appreciated it.
I'm saying nerd with love. I say it with love.
Because you're a nerd.
Let's listen into the house nerd over there at MSNBC, because he's going to pour some cold water all over this, excitement.
I see.
Let's listen in.
Does Kamala Harris fare against the former president?
I mean, the short answer is not really any better. Take a look at this. This is the average of all the polls you're talking about there since the debate that tested Kamala Harris against Donald Trump. Trump 47%, Harris 46%. In this same set of polls, when it was Joe Biden, 47% for Trump and 45% for Biden. So the Democratic number on average goes up from 45 to 46. But I think it underscores for Democrats, they view this move as something that's going to improve their chances in the general election. That is based more on hope than it is on the numbers right now, because you go another level deep in this and you've got the favorable, unfavorable, basic impression people have of these candidates here. For Joe Biden, look, these numbers have looked like this for a long time. Very, very bad numbers. 36 favorable, 57 unfavorable. Again, this in average of polls over the last month. So what's the difference with Kamala Harris? Again, not much of a difference from 36 favorable to 38, 57 unfavorable down to 52, but that's still a majority of voters saying they have an unfavorable impression of Kamala Harris. Throw up Donald Trump's numbers there for comparison. He's at 41 favorable, 55 unfavorable. All three of these figures with majorities of voters saying they are unfavorably impressed by them. So again, from the Democratic standpoint here, they think Harris being reintroduced as a presidential candidate, getting a different look, they think these numbers can improve for her, both in the favorables and in the horse race against Trump. But we don't know. As you say, she has not really been tested. Her name never actually got to a primary ballot in 2020. She
Good
dropped
point,
out
Kornacki.
a couple months before that.
Yep.
So see how it goes over. Democrats hope these numbers will improve. There's also a possibility they don't. There's also a possibility this rollout does not go well.
Oh, there's definitely a possibility, because it's weird.
Yeah.
Joe Biden calling into that whole big thing, it was weird.
Not just weird.
It didn't sound good.
Stinks of BS.
Yes. But the fix is
come
in.
on. Exactly.
It's one puppet praising the next puppet. And all these folks lied to you for months about Joe.
For years.
Years, indeed. And then there's now people are looking at polls from July. Trump is leading Harris in 13 national polls published in the month of July. The surveys indicate Harris might not have any better chances of defeating Trump than Biden. Harris's favorability rating is 1 point less than Biden's.
Well,
that's according to the Real Clear Politics average.
My thought is they're going to turn this into a race about, well, it is a race about race and sex. I'm telling you, if you vote for Donald Trump, you're going to be a sexist racist more than ever. But what happens in the debate when those two have a debate and she bombs? Do they come back and go, hey, we got somebody else? Behind this curtain?
No, go back to Pennsylvania to the... Go back to Butler again.
I'm just curious.
No, so here are some of the polls. JL Partners Daily Mail. Trump plus 11, 49 to 38% against Kamala Harris. Harris x Forbes poll. July 19th through the 21st. President Trump plus 10, 52% to 42% for Kamala Harris. Social Research has Trump up plus 8. Manhattan Institute, Trump plus 8. Redfield and Wilton Strategies, plus 7 for Trump. Big Village polling, plus 7 for Trump. Emerson College poll, plus 6 for Trump. YouGov The Economist, plus 5 for Trump. Quinnipiac, plus 4 for Trump. Harris x Forbes, plus 4 for Trump. Plus 4, plus 3, plus 3. And some of those polls are older. As you go later in the month of July, that's when you're starting to see the big pops. Like the Harris Forbes poll from July 19th to the 21st is the plus 10. So that's not a great sign if you're hoping for Harris to be your savior.
Do you really, in reality, again, this big picture, all that's going on, everything that just happened, you really think she's got a chance?
There's always a chance. Who the heck knows what's going to happen in the months ahead? Like, if I told you what was going to happen in this last 2 weeks,
I said, man, you crazy.
Yeah,
you're
right.
crazy, man. Put down the pipe, man. You crazy.
You're ROADs. You're crazy, man.
Exactly.
Right.
You could, and if you wrote this and put it in a movie,
yeah,
the people that make movies would go, "You're crazy, man. Get this out of here."
Yeah, it's like Will Ferrell in Old School with the tranquilizer dart heads.
Exactly.
You're crazy, man.
It's like my favorite scene in that movie.
Yeah, good talk. I'll see you out there. Well, and there's also one of our favorite people did a breakdown of what could happen. We heard a little bit from Congressman Gary Palmer there, but what could happen if Kamala actually gets in on the economic side of things? We have Peter St. Onge with his breakdown. I love me some Peter St. Onge. She's always spot on the economics, and I think just general framing. I think he's got a good eye for all this stuff. Let's listen in to Peter.
And Joe Biden is out, dismissed by the donors who run the modern Democrat Party. As for the millions of primary voters who chose Joe Biden, the deep state guardians of democracy, those acolytes of the fabled rules-based order, broke all the rules. For those following along at home, Joe Biden has been demented, or he's had dementia, for years now. This was conspiracy theory until roughly 2.5 days ago when mainstream media declared it true in the face of polling saying Joe would lose. At the moment, it looks like Joe's replacement is his insurancy policy Veep, although there are murmurs that donors might replace her with somebody who is less annoying to voters, cackles, and all. So the first question is what this does to the election. My go-to is the betting sites, which are consistently more reliable than the so-called experts, and certainly more credible than media's gaslight polls. And crucially, they take account of cheating. In short, betting markets say Trump had 63% odds of winning against Biden, and now he has 62% against Kamala. So she's a slightly stronger candidate than a screaming dementia patient who sniffs kids, but just barely. Still, for now, it is Kamala for the nomination. Betting markets say 84%. So what would Kamala do to the economy? We don't have much from Kamala on the economy or the Fed, but what we do have says she is substantially to the left of Joe Biden. On the Fed, Kamala was one of just 13 senators, including Elizabeth Warren, to vote against Jerome Powell's nomination because he's not inflationary enough. As vice president, she mostly just pushed the Fed to focus on diversity. On the broader economy, she's mostly towed Biden's line as Veep, so we have to go pre-Biden. As senator, Kamala was rated by the nonpartisan Gump track as the most liberal U.S. senator, to the left of Elizabeth Warren or self-declared socialist Bernie Sanders. She scored a 7% from the NRA and a 4% for Club for Growth, meaning she is a gun-grabbing tax hiker. The New York Times describes her as a, quote, pragmatic moderate, which means she is a raging communist. In the Senate, Kamala pushed left-wing causes from affirmative action to sanctuary cities to a $10 trillion climate change plan. She voted against Trump's tax cuts, and she voted against the USMCA rewrite of NAFTA because it didn't, quote, confront climate change. The one thing she has liked is the forever wars. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. We're in the biggest presidential succession crisis since at least 1968. We don't even know if Biden's of sound mind. So maybe Kamala will be president tomorrow, or maybe donors will dismiss her out of the race tomorrow. What we can say is that everybody currently on the radar on the Dem side would be as bad or worse than Joe Biden. There are still centrists in the Democrat orbit like Joe Manchin, John Fetterman, or RFK, but with left-wing donors in charge, none of them are in the running. As for the economy and spending, if it felt like a runaway freight train with nobody in charge, now we know it is a runaway freight train with nobody in charge. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.
Spot on from Peter St. Onge.
Yeah. I just don't know if she's going to be the candidate.
Right, because we were seeing her speak live there up on the TV we have in the studio. And
you saw the same thing I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's be honest, as of, a few hours ago, 2 days ago, Joe Biden was a candidate.
Right.
So it's not like they won't change in a drop of an eye.
Right. Clearly, he's not the leader of the party, and she's not the leader of the party.
Right.
Who's making these choices? Oh, wait, is this how it's always worked?
You think?
Interesting.
But as obvious as that is, now more than ever, still, to me, not enough people on both sides are outraged about that. They're just like, yeah. I mean, what's it take? What's it take? You personally got to go fight a war?
I don't want people to be outraged. I want people to chill.
I want people to be very informed, and once they get informed, they're going to be pretty pissed.
No, I want people, as the politician comes to you and pokes you and goes, get excited about this. You're like, I'm just chilling, man. Why don't you do something good for me? And maybe I'll get excited. But come on. Like, I'm not buying it anymore. What you're upset about, the frustration that people aren't more outraged, is I think a lot of folks going, it's all fake. This is so fake.
I agree with
Why should I even waste an ounce of energy on this?
Because I look at my bank account. I look at because I look to things that we got to have to survive. Me as a person, you as a person, and these people do not care if that happens or not. In fact, they kind of don't want me to. Remember, they don't want you to own anything.
But they want you to care in a particular way.
Well, they don't want you to own anything.
Well, sure.
They don't want you to be very educated. No, they want you to be fat, dumb, go to work, pay your taxes. Don't ask questions.
272-9228. It is demoralizing.
Well, it's
very
to
demoralizing.
do this, and just you're going to accept it because you're that stupid? I mean, that's the sandwich they're giving you.
Well, we got to hit a break here, but I just want to say, if you're just tuning in online, we have nearly 700 people watching online. I don't know what we did today. If you're just tuning in, this is a local talk radio show. We've been streaming since last July, so about a year now.
Oh, it has been about a year, Joe.
And we've been growing, and we talk local stuff, being a local talk show, but we also, of course, talk about the national issues, international stuff, culture, whatever really tickles our fancy. I try not to do that too much in public, but we do tickle our fancy on occasion. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, we're doing this thing for 3 hours.
And if you just join us, you can go back and look at some old shows.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them posted.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous that you and I would have to, like, if you and I went back and watched what we did, say, 8 months ago.
I wouldn't show up tomorrow.
Be like, oh, no.
I'm out, Joey. I'm sorry I'm out.
Well, and we don't claim to be, like, geniuses.
No,
I think
by no means.
we just want to chill and grill, bro.
You're going to make me grill before the night's over with.
You know you want another chili dog.
I know.
That you made yourself. Go get some prime all-beef hot dogs.
That's where you're messing up. You get the red ones, man. You get the cheapest, reddest hot dogs you can get.
No,
the ones
they're
that
not
you
really.
know are
They're
made
not
out of-
really red. They're more like pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bright.
And they brine. They got a brine about them. They kind of
Right.
just yeah.
You want the goo
That's the ones, man. Don't tell me that they don't
or the
taste better than
ooze
the
or
rest.
whatever that is.
They burn. They get a little
The
bit of
slime,
crisp to
the
them.
pink slime.
pink
Yeah,
slime. It's the good stuff.
Well, that emulsified meat jelly.
I don't know if you noticed, but I've seen more and more again videos of people that grill sausage still in the package.
What?
Still
Still
in the package.
Well, no wonder people are having their testicles shrink. Like, you can't be. What
What
are you doing?
I mean, they open the grill and they're all proud. And there's like, what's that plastic? That's got sausages in there.
There are some in the hot dog section. Some that I know what you're talking about. They look like red rockets. They do not look natural.
Man, they're so good. Oh, they're so good.
That's what we call value added. Son.
Yeah, yes, it is. That and a pickled egg.
Ugh. And pig's feet too. Throw that in there.
Pickled pig feet.
Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and her team are ready to help you with buying a home.
That's right.
Could be you just moved into town. You have to buy.
Tom, you got moved here because of job, or you just lucky enough to live here in Montgomery? And you want to buy a home?
And you don't want to rent because rent is, if not just as much, if not more than
it's going to be more
paying a mortgage. So why not go with a great local mortgage lender? That's Alabama Home Mortgage. And of course, Kim and Madeline are ready to help you from pre-approval all the way to closing day. Or if you're looking to refinance right now, maybe you're stuck under a mountain of debt, or you're just looking to rearrange your finances, they can help you out in that regard. Really can be a great way to invest, say, in the kids, or reinvest in your property, or get rid of that credit card debt at 29% APR.
Smart move.
So check them out today. You can always go to myalabamahomemortgage.com, but I really encourage you to call them up. Get to know them. 567-4223. That's 567-4223. There is a difference in mortgage companies like Kim and Madeline. Prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
We have that time of year where storms roll through. A lot of times we're seeing loud power outages, in which we do install whole home generators.
You can keep your power on, absolutely. Generac generators.
Peace of mind knowing you always got standby power. About 30 seconds where you don't have power, those generators kick back on like nothing ever happened. When storms roll in, sometimes the lights go out. But here at Mr. Electric, we'll never leave you in the dark.
It's the electric power to make things better.
Sharon at Whitworth Farm Equipment now has a qualified and certified mechanic. Gary Baker can do it all. They're here to keep you in the field. Your tractor should work as hard as you do and keep working. For all parts and service, come see Whitworth Farm Equipment for all tractor parts, implements, and trailers. And now selling pine straw rolls. Go to Whitworth Farm Equipment, 285-9977, or at 7458 Deatsville Highway.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. 272-9228. You know, somebody just put up a mashup of if Obama's really the leader of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
And I think this is just true. You know how many years Republicans just kept talking about Reagan?
Yeah.
And there's good reason. Reagan was a unique leader. But you're not Ronald Reagan, Mitt Romney.
Oh, by no means.
Like, you can't recreate that same lightning in a bottle.
Right.
In the same way, I think Democrats are going to try to recreate the Obama effect, I don't think it's going to work out too well.
I don't think so.
And I would apply this to Donald Trump. But when you have these unique, truly unique leaders, they of course have their own styles. And so somebody just put this out on the X, on Twitter.
Okay.
Saying, forgot how funny Obama versus Trump making statements was. And so it's always good to refresh, your memory. What was Obama like? What was Trump like as president?
Right.
So let's do that now. It's a mashup of they're going back and forth. You'll hear Obama, then you hear Trump. You hear Obama, and you hear Trump. Let's listen in together.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead.
The United States launched a targeted operation against that compound.
They did a lot of shooting, and they did a lot of blasting, even not going through the front door. You think you go through the door. If you're a normal person, you say, knock, knock, may I come in?
After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body.
He died like a dog.
But his death does not mark the end of our effort.
Yeah. A beautiful dog. Talented dog.
We give thanks for the men who carried out this operation.
And I don't get any credit for this, but that's okay. I never do. But here we are.
Here we are. May God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America.
And I'm writing a book. I think I wrote 12 books. All did very well.
Wow. And folks are like, oh, look at how presidential Obama was. I'm like, no, I kind of prefer the brash talking fella. No, it was one of the more, even back when I didn't vote for Trump in 2016, the one thing I appreciated about the guy is he would always cut through. The example I would always give is with Syria. Like, we're assessing with our coalition partners in the region whether our kinetic actions will have any collateral damage that is beyond what we're willing to tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what the hell did they just say? And Trump goes, we're going to bomb the shaving cream out of ISIS and civilians might die.
Yep.
They said the same thing. It's just, everyday language as opposed to the stilted bureaucratic speak that covers so much of our government.
Well, they don't like to say and use hard words like that, Joey. That's mean. That's one of the things that Trump was labeled with, the mean tweeting. Maybe if you said in sentence and used a whole paragraph of just nice.
Well, I think it's Lewis Black, the comedian, who made the point of like, wait, these people have, when he was doing the White House Correspondents' Center, they told him, here's some words you can't say because he was very foul-mouthed.
That.
But one of the words was nipple.
Yep.
And he's like, wait, these people control life or death on this planet. Whether we send our sons or daughters to die, they have literally the codes to the nukes, and they can't hear the word nipple.
No. Hard language.
Yeah. And it just makes you go, maybe that's just a front for some of the worst people ever to get away with literal murder while pretending like they're prim and proper and serving you.
Yep.
Anyway, I kind of, I'm looking forward to this. Because I have a feeling you're right that Harris may have a failure to launch.
I think so.
Now, they probably are going to stick with her because they have to. If they keep doing this switcheroo.
I agree, but you going to call them fraudsters for keep doing the switcheroo? They've been doing it for how long?
Yeah.
And I still go back to my belief. The reason Biden stepped down is because the assassination attempt didn't work. That's it. Prove me wrong. And I'd gladly.
No, you're not alone in that idea.
Not
alone in that at all.
And I forget who you quoted said it. You're not running against the person. You're running against the machine at this point.
Yeah, it's not a candidate we're running against. It's a system. That was Vivek.
Yeah, that's it.
And he's
now
right.
More than ever. Now more than ever.
And you're hearing the same thing from J.D. Vance, that we're running against the ruling class. And in many ways, that's who Trump was always running against. Go watch old montages. Maybe I'll pull it up of Trump taking on Jeb Bush and all these folks. You've got to remember what the traditional Republican Party has long been and how much they hated this guy for saying the quiet part out loud. Of all folks, Dave Chappelle pointed this out.
Yes.
Hillary Clinton, he didn't pay taxes, and it's because I'm smart.
Right.
You're like, Trump was playing that game inside the House for the longest time. In fact, folks, we heard it from Joe yesterday, and folks online are talking about, look, he wrote a check to Kamala Harris in 2011. It's like, yeah, he donated to everybody.
And he openly said that.
And he played that game on the inside, and he's decided, you know what, I'm going to leave the house and just tell everybody out here what we're doing inside here.
And he did. He told everyone from the get-go, I bought them all. It ain't one side or the other. I bought them all.
272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and their Pest Pro, Ashley, and that great team are ready to help you with all your pest control needs. Could be you're just looking for an everyday pest control company.
And you need one.
That's local, that you can trust, that they're very skilled, very professional there. Whatever your problem, they'll have a solution for it when it comes to those pests getting inside your home and causing problems. It could be, though, you have a specific job you want them to do, like termite inspection and treatment.
Yeah, good idea.
Maybe treat your yard for mosquitoes.
Very good idea.
So you can actually enjoy the pool or the front porch. Maybe you're by the lake and you actually want to, see the beautiful view without them going after that sweet meat. It's always right on the ankle.
Yeah. That's what happened, Joey.
So give Pest Pro a call today. 265-9990. That's 265-9990. Or you can always go to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. What do you want to know? Call a pro. Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Democratic Senator Bob Menendez of New Jersey is resigning August 20th after his federal bribery conviction. That's according to an AP source. President Biden's symptoms have almost completely resolved from COVID-19. The president on Monday remained out of public view for a fifth straight day and will be back in Washington. He's scheduled to address the nation Wednesday night on his plans for the rest of his term. Approaching Typhoon Gamy has prompted the cancellation of Air Force drills off Taiwan's east coast. 3 days before the start of the 2024 Olympics, France says about 1,000 people suspected of possibly meddling for a foreign power have been blocked from attending the Olympics. The Dow is ahead 45 points, the Nasdaq adding 14. This is SRN News.
Government debt is now exploding by an unprecedented $1 trillion every 90 days. Think of that. It's a clear sign that our nation's finances are spinning out of control, and it's putting the savings of every one of you at risk. Hello, I'm Lance Wallnow, a news analyst and best-selling author and an evangelical leader. I'm deeply concerned about the impact this runaway debt is going to have on Christians like you who have worked hard to build your own nest egg for your family. To protect your financial future in these uncertain times, you need to diversify with something tangible and proven, like physical gold. That's why I recommend a gold IRA. To learn more, text FAITH to the number 989898, and my friends at Birch Gold Group will rush you a free info kit on how to move your IRA or 401k to physical precious metals, tax and penalty free. So don't wait. Just text the word FAITH to 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold Group is the only company I trust. There's no obligation. So text FAITH to 989898, and I pray this information helps you achieve prosperity and peace of mind.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, the best quality building materials in the river region for decades. From common builds to special orders and local delivery. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our weather pattern remains the same from the last few days and will continue through the end of the week with very little day-to-day change. There will be scattered to numerous showers and storms. They will be random and most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, and really each day through Saturday, with high temperatures held down by clouds and showers, upper 80s to near 90, lows at night in the lower 70s. Some of the stronger storms will have some very heavy downpours, gusty winds, intense lightning, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey to Publix.
1819 News. Alabama is promoting its aerospace and defense sectors at the Farnborough International Air Show. The state aiming to attract further investments by showcasing its recent growth and capabilities. Representatives from Alabama's aerospace, aviation, and defense sectors along with economic development specialists and state leaders, will attend the event. More Alabama news to come after this.
I'm Amy Beth Schaefer with Alabama Unfiltered Radio, and when I need the news and I need it fast, I turn to Andrea Tice and the Daily Detail. On my way in, it is the most convenient, best way for me to digest what's going on so that I can use it for our show. She tells you what's going on in Alabama that day first and fast. So listen to the Daily Detail with Andrea Tice. Don't miss out.
The Daily Detail is available wherever podcasts are found.
Baldwin County Commission is celebrating the opening of the Longleaf Recovery and Wellness Center in Spanish Fork, which specializes in treating mental illness and providing recovery treatment. Chairman of the commission, Billy Joe Underwood, expressing excitement for the local access to help. Spanish Fort City Councilman J.R. Smith also praising the center, saying it's a welcome addition to the community. Former University of Alabama golfer Nick Dunlap made PGA Tour history by becoming the first player to win as an amateur and a professional in the same season. Dunlap securing his first victory as an amateur at the American Express Championship in January, and he won this past weekend the Barracuda Championship in California, rallying from 9 strokes down on the final day. Filling in for Andrea Tice, I'm Tim Berg.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with an update on the real estate market in the River region. Sales of homes for the last 5 months will top 1,900 homes. Even though sales are slightly lower, the average sales price is still climbing. First-home homebuyers comprise over 34% of all sales, with no slowdown in sight for them. We now have more homes on the market in all price ranges, which gives buyers more choices than they've had in over 2 years. Some helpful suggestions for today's homebuyer would be: 1. Work with a local lender for your loan approval. 2. List 3 must-haves for your new home and seek to find properties to match your needs. 3. Work with an experienced and knowledgeable real estate agent to help you with your search, your showings, and receive advice on offers and negotiations. 4. Always use a licensed recommended home inspector when you find the home you choose. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
This is how you conduct yourself in a democracy.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon, or as we're calling this thing online, Joey Clark Live. I'm Joey, he's Eddie. If you're just tuning in, it's a local talk radio show here in Montgomery, Alabama. Those of you local already know that, but if you're just tuning in online, it's a humble perch, but we make do. I think we have fun, Eddie.
I think we do too.
Mm-hmm.
I think our listeners have fun as well.
Let's go to Eric the dog.
What up, dog?
Hola.
Hola.
Speaking of sweetmeat, I had some battered hot dogs for lunch.
Some what?
Some battered hot dogs.
Battered hot dogs.
Would you smack them around a little bit first?
Yeah, you know, give a little of that domestic violence, a little DV hot dog.
That's just weird. You're sitting there smacking that wiener around?
I wouldn't do that in public.
Well, I mean, it's not going to do it itself.
That's true. If it did, we would all get nothing done.
This is true.
It's AI.
Yeah.
You know, y'all are talking about how the people are perceiving the J.D. Vance and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of these people talking about, how the convention went and how these people don't need to be saying, they need to watch their language and stuff because you're going to drive the middle away or the independents to the Democrats because you use some coarse language. I got some news. You're not. And if you're easily offended by language, you got to toughen up some. And you know what? If that convention wasn't your deal, good, because the Republican Party wasn't going anywhere and hasn't been for a long time. You want to include more people, you got to get them into the House before you can tell them what to do or how to think or show them, bring them along. That's just, this is aggravating to me. It's like they don't realize that you have to invite people into your group where they are. If they want to hear and they don't like where they are, then you have to accept them for what they are and then bring them on. You don't have to follow them around. They're coming to you.
Right.
So let them in. You don't have to condone and sign off on everything they've done. You also don't have to point out everything they've done wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you don't like what they're doing doesn't mean that, you hadn't done some things that you probably ain't proud of. They're just honest about where they were or because of where they've been in life and the spotlights that they've had put on them. That's where they were. They see the light. You're shining the light. You need to shut your mouth and let them people come on and bring them along to where you'd like them to be. This is how this works. Right? Am I wrong?
Oh, yeah. It's how it should work, but...
acceptance is tough, man.
Yeah, and also some people like to say curate their club in a way that's very selective, too, so they can keep a certain type of party going. And I think that's been true of Republicans and Democrats for a long time.
I agree.
That club has been broken on the Republican side in many ways. But we'll see if there's any, say, uprising within the Democratic Party. I highly doubt it. But if you're somebody who actually likes RFK Jr. or you want even with Dean Phillips or whatever, and you see now, they're making the switcheroo all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I would be a little annoyed. Maybe you're a Bernie person, and you're like, this is exactly what they did to him. Just on...
It is exactly what they did.
Like a higher grade of it. Hey, we're getting more calls coming in, but a good question was just asked by Josh Ryder of Dylan Rings. I'll tell you about them in a second. But does ketchup go on a hot dog? Eric, you first.
I will. I'm 9 years old in the fourth grade. I'll put ketchup on damn near anything.
I'm not a huge ketchup guy. I like mustard on a dog.
I like mustard on a dog, but I literally put everything on there. Coleslaw, sauerkraut, ketchup, mustard, cheese. There's not much I won't put on.
Cucumber?
Got me there. For doing soju bombs, yeah.
Only if they're pickled.
Yeah, I'll even do the pickles on there, man. I like peppers on there.
Pickle.
I've seen them wrapped in bacon, which is very interesting.
Oh, I've seen that.
I like that. I don't know if you posted on your media or anything, Joey, but that whole Camalla's new bus, that is
awesome. Yeah, folks, it's a clip of her leaving and being shown something outside, and somebody superimposed the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
I did see that.
Oh, it's my new ride. Hey, how about this? We need Tucker Carlson to interview Kamala Harris, and we can get the Tucker titter.
Yeah, buddy.
Actually, in a country, the people and get her cackling with his titter.
I don't know that they'll have so much in common.
Yeah.
It'd be a good interview, but I think it'd be pretty short.
Yeah.
It could be entertaining.
Yes, it would be that.
People's interview. It'd be like us interviewing a 6-year-old. It'd be like me interviewing a 6-year-old. I could do whatever I wanted to and make it funny or serious or whatever.
Well, you could do the pay-per-view and they both get paid by the question, and maybe that'll keep them there a little bit longer.
She doesn't understand the terms. All right, I got to go.
See you, dog.
Appreciate it. So Eric's a yes on ketchup.
Yeah.
You're a yes on ketchup on a dog.
It depends, though. Most of the time, I'm just straight up mustard and, off the grill, a little bit of mustard.
Yeah, man. That's good.
But I'm not afraid to put nothing on a hot dog, man. I'm that way.
Let's go to line 3. You're on there. Who's this?
Mr. Pink.
Hey, Mr. Pink. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just out here predicting everything, man. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. Did you see this coming, Mr. Pink?
I did. I said it last week. I'm always right sometimes.
But are you now excited that like Kamala is Mamala going to lead the nation to greater things unburdened by what has been?
I'm about it excited as like a YouTube fight.
Yeah.
What I see is though, I think it was Rocky 2 when I guess Clover Lane. I mean not Clover Lane. The other guy,
Apollo Creed.
The guy that trained Apollo Creed. I'm sorry, flipping. When I think it was Rocky 2, maybe the second round, Rocky started coming back and started fighting them, and then they started like they was brawling after the bell. I think that's where we at right now. You know, last week I was saying I feel it's like 50-50, and that's how I feel. Because I don't know if you guys ever heard Kamala get Trump. Like I don't know if you remember during the debates, even when she was on against Biden, I believe somebody told her to simmer down because this is going to be the next president.
Oh.
And I also feel that the whole time that she's been vice president, that you know how somebody you like you're smart and you just try to talk not down, but you just try to dumb it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's been her the whole time because she's too smart of a woman. I'll tell you this. Somebody said, I don't know what comedian said it, but they said, have you ever known an Indian woman and a black woman to not have an opinion? You feel me?
Sure.
That's very true.
When she's, not that it's all that important, but she's what, Jamaican and Indian?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. They're very opinionated people.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you're making me crazy.
100%.
Yeah. But, I just wanted to just come and just say what's up, man. I don't have nothing. Like I said, I'm like you guys watching the shoot boxing match. We already knew what the fix was in. Joe shouldn't have ran in the first place. And you said something about Tucker Carlson. They should not do the interview with Kamala Harris because just like when Trump went on the late night show with one of the talk show hosts, he rubbed his head. I think all the Democrats was like, okay, he's a normal guy. He's not the Antichrist or whatever,
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't want that Tucker Carlson interview because it's going to show, like, and trust me, she's going to come out and just start being, she's just going to start punching. And like I said, she can punch and she can get real nasty. And I believe the Republicans haven't put enough dirt on her because she was just going under the radar by not saying nothing for the past couple of years.
I mean, we'll see. There have been plenty of punches thrown all these ways. We'll see if she can rise to the occasion. But to your point, I think you're right. Tucker should stay away. When Jimmy Fallon did that interview with Trump and rubbed his head, I think NBC executives removed a testicle.
I bet they did.
And like, we'll take the next one if you don't shape up.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah, but that was it right there. I was watching. Like I said, I'm out here observing. And, sometimes we can not see what we just saw because of we in our bubbles. But like I've been removed from these bubbles, so that's why I might need to get paid from somebody right now. I'm just saying, if you know a Republican that just needs some insider information, hey, everybody has a price. Everybody has a price.
I've got his number, folks. We can make it happen. He does have good insights. Well, I appreciate it, Mr. Pink.
No problem.
Let's go to line 4. You're on there. Who's this?
Damn, Mr. Pink just gave me an idea.
Oh no, Duke.
Yeah, it gave me an idea, so we can make some money, boy.
What's that?
Huh? Yeah.
What's your idea?
We make some money some kind of way. We got to come up with something we get on the side. It ain't good. It ain't nothing good. We work it out though.
It's not good, but it's lucrative.
I don't even know if it is. But anyhow, heard you guys. Well, especially Joey, he's trying to dog out people eating Jack's corn dogs and the fries for $6.99, something like that.
I'm not dogging out. I'm just saying he's a grown man and he's eating a chili dog on the go.
I would say still overpaid
just
for
the other day, I got another piece in the refrigerator. I'm going to eat in 3 minutes. What are you talking about, boy?
Well, you're going to be sitting at your kitchen table or at least on your own couch doing that. Eddie's on the go. Like, let me get the messiest thing possible.
He's on the go, too.
Goodness.
You're trying to say we're pooping our clothes and all that, so he's trying to be slick.
No, I just dumped half the chili dog down my shirt.
No, I just like imagining Duke. Eddie's on the run. He's like, what do I get on the run? Let's get a chili dog. And then
that's how it goes.
Right.
I judge drive-thrus by how many people are in line. So, yeah, yeah, that's how it goes.
But anyway, Joey, I kind of turned away from your things you were reading earlier, but because Kamala was on the tube. I tell you what.
Tell me.
Old girl can talk, right? The old girl can talk a little bit, boy.
All right.
Old girl can talk a little smack, son.
I've been taking on predators for years. It's like,
yeah.
She talks in rhyme.
He knows Dynamo. No more Dynamo already.
Oh, please.
Right, talking.
Now, I think the latest Trump quote is, everything Kamala touches goes to crap. I think that's what he said recently.
I mean, and there's examples. Lots of examples.
You're a predator. You've been convicted of 34. You are awful at what you do. You can't even speak correctly.
If she's been so good as vice president, how come every time they've asked her to lead something, within a week they hide her again? They just keep her in hiding. Right. That's what people want to say. She's just been chilling. It's not that she just got awful.
Wait.
It's because the puppet master said, sit down. We'll use you when we need you.
And Duke, you got to understand that Russia is a bigger country and Ukraine is a smaller country, and the bigger country invaded the smaller country, and that's bad. It's an actual quote.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But anyway, this thing will get interesting, but I've never been a fan of hers, but I got to read more into this Project 25 thing. Kind of got my attention right now. I got to read that.
Why do you keep thinking that has anything to do with Trump? I don't understand.
Because I ain't said it had anything to do with Trump, but this Steve Miller cat that used to work for Trump. See, I had my eye on him for a while, and over the years, and
Steve Miller band.
And Steve Miller
like
used to tell Trump what to do. Yeah, Trump, a little young buck he had.
Abracadabra.
Yeah. But so I've been watching how Trump moves. See, he put everything in place and everything, and
like he's playing chess.
He stands in. He's slick now. He's trying to be slick now. He's standing in the background. Let everybody else do the dirty work. He come sign off on it later on. That's
dirty work.
Actually, he started working into his playlist Steely Dan's Dirty Work Off Can't Buy a
Great song.
Yeah.
I
don't want to do your dirty work no more.
And school choice and all that stuff. See that Trump letting everybody else, all these states do the little thing, get it set up and everything.
So he believes in states' rights.
He said the other night,
damn him.
When I get in the office, I'm gonna go nationwide school choice nationwide. And
listen to the people.
He's gonna replace Obamacare with a beautiful one with a old style on it. No, he said that last time around. No, he didn't say it this time.
Y'all kind of making things up. You got nothing. He's
hadn't even talked
doing
about
Obamacare. I didn't even mention Obamacare.
He hadn't even talked about. I heard you, Eddie, on slide. He hadn't even talked about the insurance yet, though. Why?
Probably because he's been busy dodging bullets.
And criminal indictments.
He been lying. Oh, wait a minute. Hold back up a minute. He's doing what now?
Dodging bullets
and criminal indictments from a corrupt regime that is going after him when they don't do it to anybody else.
Now, we discussed yesterday that he took a bullet. Now, which one is he? Was it
took one and
or
apparently dodged 5. 5 to 11. They hadn't really came out and said how many of them shot yet.
I hate to laugh, boy, but oh man.
Well, just remember, Duke, he was right when he said, I am the chosen one.
Oh, boy. But I'm looking for a good fight, though, because Biden wasn't going to bring the fight to old boy.
So you think she's gonna be the candidate?
I just don't see it.
She's going to be the candidate.
I don't know if she's the candidate, but I'm saying I think she could hold her own for talk a spit with old boy.
Well, I agree. She's a good talker. But
that's what I want to see, right? I want to see him get down.
I don't think she is a good talker.
No, that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I think she sounds like Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Veep.
She reminds me of Al Sharpton.
She sounds like a parody of what a vice president should sound like.
Well, would you love to be her husband, though?
No.
She's straight pissed off with you, but she's straight pissed off with you, but she's smiling and laughing at you and get ready to stab you in the back at the same time with a butcher knife.
And by the way, I'm keeping my rule. I really don't care what Melania thinks. I didn't care what Michelle thought.
Yeah.
I didn't care what, the Bushes, the ladies in the bush. And I sure as hell do not care what Doug has to say.
What if Doug's cool, though?
No, he's not cool. Have you seen Doug?
I have not. No.
He was worse than Biden at the Juneteenth celebration.
Is he a white guy?
Yeah, just clapping off beat and all sorts of stuff.
Good Lord. I think I have seen Doug.
Like a 4-4 on the floor beat, like gospel hit, is not that hard to follow along with. The 2 and the 4, Whitey.
Yeah, I think I did see Doug. Big old egghead.
Yeah.
I see. That's
Anyway.
sad. I see why she's so disappointed now.
Is Tim Scott still married?
Tim Scott, I think he just got
was
married. Yeah.
Is he still married though?
I think he
somebody
is.
said that was a front because he wanted to impress Trump so he can get that spot. I wonder if he gave a girl and paid that girl off and
That is crazy, man.
You're crazy, man.
I heard that on TikTok.
Oh, I heard some good stuff on the TikTok too. Did you know that Buttigieg isn't gay?
Yeah, there's some
I heard
people
that
saying
on the
that
TikTok.
crap. Yeah.
But
Also heard something
has
about a
stuff
car.
going on, don't it, boy? I know, boy.
That's a new meaning to gay for the stay.
Exactly.
Oh boy. Well, anyhow, man, I just called in to check in for a few minutes, but I did hear old girl. She got some stuff now.
All right. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Appreciate it, Duke.
Love you, man.
Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's us?
The Skeeter.
Hey, Skeeter.
How y'all doing, man?
All right, how you doing, buddy?
I'm going to make my point real quick.
All right.
Kamala has no place running for president. Neither one of her parents were citizens when she was born in the United States, and it's in the Constitution.
Okay. Looking this up.
Look it up.
I'm looking it up.
That is,
At least
Skeeter?
one person. Huh?
Is that it? That's the point?
Yeah, at least one parent has to be a legal citizen. They were both here on visas, student visas or something, in other countries when she was born.
Interesting.
Yeah, check it out.
All right, doing it. I'm on it.
All over through social. And you know, it's just like the Democrats, they're going to try to skate around the Constitution, just like they do everything else with student loans and everything else.
There you go.
You got it.
Well, I appreciate it, Skeeter. We'll look into it.
Yeah, look it up, bud.
Thank you, Skeeter.
Thank you, sir. Go to line 3. You're on there. Who's this?
Joe.
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good. How you doing, Joe?
Life's all right.
All right. Tell Skeeter thanks for generating more black support for Kamala.
Yeah, how is it sound? Kamala, right?
The birtherism is a dead issue. But I was calling to let you know that Biden and Harris has united the Democratic Party. Okay? And the party feels a whole lot better than it did 2 weeks ago. So I'm excited. It sort of reminds me of the 2008 election with Obama. She's motivating people who have not participated in the process. I think she's going to win this thing going away if nothing catastrophic doesn't happen between here and November.
How does she motivate folks?
Huh?
How does she motivate folks?
My daughter was on a phone call all night, Sunday night. She wouldn't have been on there for Biden. Does that make sense to you?
No, but why is she more excited for Kamala than Biden?
She's a black woman.
Interesting.
And she's defending a woman's right to decide what she does with her body. Okay? Guys, I'm telling you, it is exciting, and we needed this enthusiasm. I know you're going to get people, DEI, birtherism, but the more you use that, the more you're going to get a turnout in the November election. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
See you, Joe.
DEI. It's interesting. It's just interesting what people hear and how they hear and understand language and memes and what we all see, but take away different things. 272-9228. That's 272-9228. Because, we're just voting for J.D. Vance and Trump because they're white men. Stupid.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going. But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Make 2024 the year you break away from the chain stores and join us here at Adams Drugs. We value your business and want to provide you the best customer service at the lowest possible price. We've been serving up excellent customer service here in the River region for over 62 years.
I made the swap to Adams Drugs and I couldn't be happier. Having a job and then getting 3 kids to all of their activities keeps me busy. I don't have an hour to waste waiting on a prescription. At Adams, they know me and my family. I get in and out in minutes, and when I can't get by Adams, they'll bring the prescription right to my door.
What are you waiting for? Come in to Adams Drugs and let us earn your business. Our friendly and personal staff will talk with you and answer any questions you may have about your prescriptions. Your satisfaction is our #1 goal. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local independent Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hey guys, are you looking for a professional and reliable tree service company in the Montgomery and surrounding areas? Well, check out the folks at Tree Masters. It's a name you know and trust. From pruning to full tree removal, they'll even help you remove your shrubs. They service all of Central Alabama, including Lake Martin and Lake Jordan. Call them for a free quote today at 334-676-3638. That's 334-676-3638. Tree Masters.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. We're over here on the beautiful Alabama River. You know, if you had never been here, we're easy to get to. Get on I-65 and take that North Boulevard exit, and takes the first exit. That's Louisville Street. Hit the bottom of the ramp, turn right 3 times, follow that to the end of the road, and you'll find us down here on the river. Also, we're right down the street from New Monument Park. So if you're down visiting the New Monument Park, you can just come on down here to the Oyster Bar and get good to eat. We also rent out pontoon boats. It's nice on the river down here. You jump in the river if you get too hot. Find you a shady spot and lay down. But we got a pontoon boat rental. All you need is a driver's license, a credit card, a little common sense will get you going. Got an RV park down here on the river. That's right. You can come down here and stay a little while, stay a little longer. We got room for you. We could cook that good seafood for you. And every Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock, we bring you some great live entertainment. Just 3 weeks in a row, we're going to Louisiana. Big Al and the heavyweights are here. That's right. Big Al's back in town. Check it out. Go to CapitalOysterBar.com or our Facebook page. Get out here soon. Come hungry. Showtime's 4 o'clock, y'all.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
This is your roving reporter, and today I am talking with an elk. Hey man. Mr. Elk, I was just wondering, what do elk do to take care of their money? Well, like most smart folks, we call David Ernest. You mean Alabama's most favorite asset preservationist? That's him, man. We call him up at 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. I see. Yes, he is our preferred money man. The money man with the money plan. You've been paying attention. Well, could you give us those numbers one more time? 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. And I just want to try to give you a heads up, man. Oh, what's that? I'm not an elk. Not an elk, huh? Well, then, pray tell, what are you? Knights of Columbus. I am not even going to make a comment. Well, the baby liked it.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Well, hi, everybody. Our forecast is very repetitive for the last few days, and that will continue for the rest of the week, really. That means the scattered to numerous random storms will continue in generous supply each day, but that's helping the temperature to stay down just a bit. Lows tonight in the low 70s. High temperature each day through Friday in the upper 80s to near 90. Very little day-to-day change. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
John Bobo with Capital Tractor. Have you heard the news? Capital Tractor will soon be moving to a brand new location in Montgomery. With lots of Kubota inventory, we're going to sell it instead of move it. Our big moving sale is a great time to get a great deal on a Kubota at Capital Tractor in Montgomery.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Oh, it feels like it's beginning, Eddie. The whole back and forth election season.
Thought of something else you're talking about.
And it's like, choose your propaganda and stick by it.
Oof. There's got to be so much to choose from.
I know. Like I said, at the end of the day, in my heart of hearts, I just want to chill.
And you don't want to be around here for a while.
Well, yeah, no, I still got to pay.
Be anything but chill.
I got to pay the bills.
Well, in that case, look into my venture of the snorkel booth in Jamaica. It's a big chill.
Snorkel booth.
So this is how crazy I am on that. So next summer, I'm trying to make a plan with my buddy Marvin to actually go do that for a week or so. I'll just work at one for free, just so I can experience it. I think it'd be great. And then if it works out well, I'll buy the guy out and maybe stay there.
Let's go to Boomer T. Hey, Boomer T, how you doing?
Eddie?
Yes, sir.
You need to go ahead and do that up on Lake Jordan up there.
I would,
Start a
but
little stupid,
the visual on
Hey.
Lake Jordan's about 1.5 feet. So it's
yeah,
kinda
but
tough.
they don't tell them what the heck kind of gold and stuff you find in there, though, you know?
You are so
Some of the
right there,
guys-
Boomer T.
Now, I tell you, there's so much. There's a grist mill up here in Mill Creek. One of these days, I'm going in there, down in that grist mill down there, because I guarantee you, there's thousands and thousands of dollars worth of gold in there. All the stuff's come off that side of that land.
No
though.
doubt.
But guys, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to sit here on my porch, beautiful Lake Jordan, and I'm going to sit right here. I'm not going to go a whole lot of places anymore. I'm just getting a little too nervous about being out a whole lot in town and stuff like that. But this thing right here with Joe and Kamala and all is just, it's got me so just disconfunculated right now. You know what I'm saying? I just, I can't understand what's going on, and I really care less what's going on. But all I want to know, but I want to tell everybody this. That gentleman just called a while ago, and sir, I mean no disrespect to anybody I ever speak to on the radio or in person. Joey asked you what accomplishment has Kamala Harris done.
Well, I asked what was motivating people about it.
What is the motivation? She's a black woman. Well, she's been a black woman for the last 4 years. She's been in the White House for the last 4 years. What has she accomplished, sir? That's what I would like. If there's one Democrat out there that could tell me one thing that she has done positive for this country, there's nothing. Do you understand there is a 1,500 caravan coming from Texas right now? So, but think about that. Who are taking care of these people, Joey? Eddie, think about this. Texas just had a hell of a storm. They just had a hell of a fire. They had a hurricane. Down in Mexico. These people are coming from Mexico to the United States. Where do they go during the hurricanes? Where are these people going through all these storms? Because, look, I'm sorry. I've been through 2 hurricanes in my lifetime and a bunch of tornadoes. And I know one thing comes thing, they ain't going to be in the middle of the field out there walking down the street somewhere trying to get some damn where. Who is taking care of their people? The bottom line is this, folks, George Soros. You better get ready, folks, because let me tell you something, there's going to be a long nigger between now and daggum November the 4th or 5th. All I'm asking you folks is just please, stay calm. Don't let the Democrats upset you to the point where you will do something stupid. That's what they're waiting on. They want you to act ignorant and be stupid. But you know what? We're Americans, and we're not going to act stupid. We're going to treat the opposite side with respect. So when it's all over and done, on the day we stand there and say, hey, congratulations, President Trump, that's all that matters, folks. So please, let's try to keep the rhetoric down and the tension, because God knows I don't need no tension around me, and I don't want to be around it. Guys, I'm taking up too much time. I know it, but I just don't. That's the way it is. I'm scared that something's going to go off. And people need to be warned now. Stop whatever you're thinking. Please, God, stop. Guys, I love y'all. I love your show. Eddie, I'll get it with you. I'll talk to you about something on the lake coming up soon.
Excellent.
Guys, y'all have a wonderful day, and this show is this is why I like this show right here. And I will say one more thing before I get off.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie,
Yeah.
congratulations on your big win, my man. That right there, Eddie, you know what? I don't give a damn if I get anything for Christmas. That right there made my Christmas. You can tell Joe out there what I was saying. Hey, y'all have a great day, guys. God bless this great country. God bless America. And keep on trumping. See you later.
See you, buddy.
Boomer T has spoken. Let's go to Steve. Hey, Steve.
Hey, guys. Well, I just want to reiterate what your previous caller said, and that is, what the hell is being a black woman? How does it qualify you to be president of the United States? You know, that makes no sense. Just because she's black, people are supposed to vote for her? You know, think about it. What has she accomplished other than forcing Joe Biden out of office? Can somebody tell me?
I
got nothing.
No, that's why I was being quiet.
You know, just because she's black does not qualify her to hold the office. This is stupid. And people better wake up and realize it. Smell the roses. Because if this woman gets into office, we're more screwed than we were under Biden. Because, you know, and they keep talking about Biden's legacy. What legacy? What has he accomplished other than tearing down the country?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Not a thing. Well, that's my 2 cents.
Appreciate it,
you
Steve.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Steve.
272-9228. To answer Steve's question, yes. That's the motivating factor. And honestly, like, more screwed than before. Yeah, or I think it's just the same old screwing we've been getting for a while now.
I think it'll be doubled down. I think it'll be doubled down.
Let's go to T-Spear. Hey, T-Spear, how you doing?
I'm doing well, but four-legged children are quiet for a minute. When I look at the Harris situation, they're using her race and her sex as being a reason to put her in the White House. And every woman in this United States needs to find great offense to that for the simple fact that we have worked too hard to be having someone put in power who is nothing but a token person. That's all she is. She is a token female. That's an embarrassment to me. It's embarrassment to me as a member of the military, as a woman. I find that greatly offensive. When the entire Democratic platform is, well, we're going to run on a woman's reproductive rights. Let's get this terminology straight. There is nothing reproductive about killing an unborn baby or killing a baby that has just been born. There's nothing reproductive about it. If a woman wants to do that, unfortunately, to me, for the baby, that's her choice. But don't claim that that's reproductive rights. Let's name it for what it is. It's abortion. It's murder. And it needs to be called out as murder at every opportunity. So when we're talking to other people about politics and we're having a civilized conversation, we need to use the right words. Kamala, as it is, doesn't know how to use the right word. But we need to use the right words, and we need to use murder and abortion, not reproduction. We need to use what she is. She is a woman who is completely unqualified to be president of the country. She's a woman who's unqualified to be the head of a business, much less a country. And the idea of putting her in office to so many of us is absolutely abhorrent and reprehensible.
Oh, you're just saying that because she's black. That's what you're going to hear, by the way.
Sure.
I hear that
Yeah.
all the time.
I
from
don't
here on
care
out.
if she's black.
Right, but that's
I
what
really don't.
That's what people are going to think and say, T-Spear, and that's well, hold on to your butts for November. I think also it's going to be a lot more messy than anybody suspected. Like I said to Eddie earlier, who could have predicted the last 2 weeks? And also, as serious as the last 2 weeks, I also feel vindicated that it's a little hilarious. Like, stuff that's been going on is kind of funny and just odd, while
You're
also being
absolutely
serious.
right.
So,
Yep, you're absolutely correct. Y'all just keep it up. Keep up what you're doing, because every one of us that are out there that turns around and tells someone when they ask, well, how do you know so much information? Because I listen, I read, I learn, and the one place that I always turn to listen to is News Talk.
well, thank you for that, T-Spear.
Thank you,
God
T-Spear.
bless. Appreciate it.
Y'all take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to line 5. You're on there. Who's this?
Papa B.
Hey, Papa B.
Hey, guys. Kamala. You know, I've been watching politics for a while now.
Mm.
And I believe I've seen something like this before. Well, in terms of the bump or the boost that she is getting, apparently. Look, after you know, if you're a Democrat and then the Democrat Party, you've been beat down for several months here. I mean, there's just like despair in the Democrat Party for a while now. Candidate that maybe he ain't even gonna make it to the election, but trust me when I tell you, if Joe Biden had an inkling of a chance to win, they'd put him up as a corpse if they could. So it's not about, you know, Biden or anything to do with him. It's about winning.
Yes.
And so that's all this is about, which is fine. Okay. Well, Kamala now, she's getting a little bit of a bump. The idea that black women are excited about voting for a Democrat, I don't know why that would surprise me at all. She's going to get the black woman vote, no question of it. Is she going to get more than that demographic, though? I don't know. Boy, when she starts talking, you realize just what kind of world she lives in and what kind of really conflicted worldviews she has. In fact, if I were Trump, I would just say try to get her talking and keep her talking because the more she talks, the more, you know, people are just like, "Eesh."
Well, and I said it before Joe even called in. I've said this, criticized Republicans, how they always wanted somebody to be the next Reagan. I think if you're trying to have the second coming of Obama, you're kidding yourself.
Well, they couldn't get Big Mike to run, so they went to their second or third best.
No doubt. Well, I don't know if Kamala. I mean, Kamala's got a few weeks to go here before the convention.
But can they make her any smarter? I mean, let's be honest. Can they make her any smarter?
If it looks like she can't win, they'll yank her out, bud.
That's my prediction. Is convention will come and won't have the excitement that they want. She's probably going to open her mouth once or twice in public between now and then. They're going to say, "Hey, this was no better than the corpse we had. We got to get somebody
right."
else."
And or they're just going to, and I mean, it's not going to be like the Democrats get to choose who they want to run. You know, the machine, the Democrat machine, the smoke-filled room, as they're called, that's who's going to choose the next, you know, in line. And who's that going to be? Hillary? Big Mike?
Nah, I think she's done for.
Well, who is it going to be? I mean,
I think it'd probably Mark Kelly of Arizona.
Yeah.
I think Mark Kelly's got, well, maybe so. I'm not sure, but you know what I'm talking about. You see my point. I don't know if Kamala is going to let the knee wear off of this for about a week or two, and that might be it. When did you say the Democrat convention is?
I think it's in August.
Oh, is that late? I thought it was sooner than
It's
that.
it's in August, but
I
when
was thinking it was like the next week or two.
August is right around the corner here.
Yeah. So that's what it usually is. You have one, and then within a week or so, you have the other.
Exactly. Well, you got a few days here.
August
see if Kamala
19th through the 22nd.
Well, you got a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
There. You know, a week is in political terms in this country now. A week is a lifetime. There's a lot that can happen, and they can do a lot in a week. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, yeah.
don't be surprised if Kamala don't make it.
I won't be
Anyway.
surprised. Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
See you, man. In fact, here's talk of one of the big donors backing out. Orlando-based attorney John Morgan, who's donated over $1 million to the Biden campaign, says he's out. As long as they got Harris, he's out. He wants he wants something to happen at the convention. And I'm sure he's not the only donor that feels that way.
Mm-hmm.
After all, he wants to back a winner, right?
Oh, just what do we say here?
Hold on to your butt.
Oh, no doubt, man.
Because we've only just begun.
Only just begun.
I've been saying it long before these 2 weeks transpired. Relish the times you live in. Because even if you're not like, say, the great champion on the stage fighting, it's a lot of fun to watch. And who knows what the next twist or turn will be here in this simulation of ours. And that documentary, The Matrix, really called things. This part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. I appreciate Josh sending that very good question. It's a classic question of ketchup on a hot dog? I'm a no.
Always?
Yeah, I'm not a big ketchup guy. French fries, I like ketchup.
Yeah.
Like, ketchup's just not my thing. I don't like it on burger either.
Yeah. It's just sugar and tomato.
Yeah, no, it's all right, but it's not like I don't think it tastes bad. It's just not. I like a burger. I like little mayo, mustard. Like if I had a Five Guys order,
yeah,
I just do mayo, mustard, and their hot sauce with like the American cheese with the bacon, and because the hot sauce cuts through the fat on there, and the mustard helps with that too. It's just perfect. I freaking love that.
Now, are you a French's guy, or are you like a strong, like a German mustard, spicy mustard? That's what I like.
I like French's yellow mustard, but I like mustard in general.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
Pretty tasty. So I appreciate Josh for sending that question in.
Yeah.
But folks, you do not need to miss out. There are only 6 days left, counting today.
6 days, wow.
6 days left in their Christmas and July sale. All items in stock, 10 to 45% off. If you go to their Facebook page or their Instagram page, you can see some samples of these items. You're talking incredible savings here. And you can even get it started on layaway. So, you're getting those payments in before Christmas time.
Before Christmas.
It is a great idea to get that Christmas shopping done in July. And you can play that game of like, when your wife's like, have you gone Christmas shopping yet?
No.
I'll do it later.
Time.
Yeah, and you can play the fool and then surprise her on Christmas morning. Dillon Rings can help you with that. And of course, they're a full-service jewelry shop, from custom design work to repairs to spa treatments, appraisals.
Yes.
If it's been a while since you've gotten that heirloom appraised, you probably should.
You really should. Values have changed big time.
And they're the gold standard there when it comes to jewelry appraisals at Dillon Rings. They really do it all. So you can always go to DillonRings.com. But I really encourage you to stop by that brand new renovated showroom, 119 Brown Springs Road, just off of Atlanta Highway here in Montgomery. It's kind of where the old fun zone used to be.
That's right.
And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie Ryder that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. And we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years. And now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida Florida, and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, this is Yasmin Hosted with Beauty and Beyond. We've been advertising with Blue Water Broadcasting for 10 years plus. If you would like to increase your business, use Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations. They get results.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the river region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Independent Glass has been your one-stop shop for all things glass since 1978. They offer a full range of architectural products, and they're armed with the knowledge and expertise to get even the most demanding job done, big or small. Attention to detail, 24-hour replacement services, and their uncompromising commitment to excellence is why Montgomery's first choice for all things glass is Independent Glass. Call them today at 263-2823 and learn more about what they can do for you at independentglassco.com.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now, as is tradition here on the program, let's go to one of our great sponsors,
All right.
the one, the only Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing a whole lot better now. It's called the best looking barber in town.
Oh.
Her name would be Angie Bowles.
Oh. I was about to ask, who's this hot lady? and then okay.
Angie must not be listening.
Yeah, she's a good looking barber. And I was looking like a woolly bear when I got up this morning, and I had to say, what do I need to do to get a haircut? She said, come home after lunch. So I ran home.
I need a haircut myself, daggone.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've never been blessed with good hair. I just get poofy.
Yep. More humidity,
If
the more
I try to
poof
grow
I
it
get.
long, it's just poof.
Yeah, like a
It
Q-tip.
don't get any longer. It just gets thicker. It don't
Mine-
make you thin.
In the front of my, it's getting so long, it goes past my chin now, if, I brush it down. So
All right, cousin
that's-
it.
That's why I've got it brushed back and wearing a hat.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be, when I get to heaven, that's going to be a question I'm asking, well, why did you give me poofy hair? And he's going to say, it's because you'd be very proud if I gave you really good looking hair. And I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
say, thank you. Yeah, keep pride out of my life. But hey, I tell you what you can be proud of. Your new floor, if you call 285-8117, we'll come out and give you that free measurement today. And next thing you know, you're going to have a floor that you're going to be very proud of. You're going to have all your neighbors coming over, your family coming over, and everybody's going to ooh and ah over it. And you just want to say it came from Prattville Carpet. How about that?
Just that simple, folks. 285-8117. And when you call 285-8117, be sure to tell them you heard Ray on the radio with Joey and Eddie.
Y'all have a great day.
You too, Ray.
You too, Ray.
So did we learn anything today of major importance?
We learned that Kamala's going to be the new president, if you listen to some people.
Because
a lot more hope out there.
Democratic Party's excited.
Are they, though? Maybe they're excited because they think the drama's ending.
Well, and also, they really don't like Trump.
But they love whoever they're told
Doesn't
to love,
matter.
right?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Right.
This is just the latest puppet.
Yep.
For whatever's been running the country here for
Be
a
one
while.
thing if voting for people like that made your life better. But I have yet to see where anyone's life been better over voting on simple basis like that. Just haven't.
Yeah, well, it should be fun. I'll put it that way.
It'll be interesting.
And again, Jimmy Carter is not dead.
No.
That somehow got out there, some fake letter that had all sorts of tells it was fake.
Yeah.
From the language used.
Yeah,
in
but
it.
who reads, Joey? Headline says he's dead. That's what
Well, why are we trying to rush to an exclusive about a man who is on death's door? Like he's in hospice. Like,
Has been
oh,
so
he
long.
died.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we all kind of know that's coming.
Mm.
As much as I think Jimmy Carter was not a good president, I look at him and I go, well, he doesn't seem like a snake,
No.
like so many of these folks in
I
politics.
agree he wasn't a good president, but I will say he seemed to be a hell of a man.
Oh, and we didn't really talk about this in detail because it's very visual.
Yeah.
The woman named Sonia Massey, she was murdered by that cop.
Oh,
The video I showed you.
Joey, yeah, there's no denying that.
Just straight up murdered.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like, don't put me on the jury because I'll send them away. I don't need to see anything more than that video.
Yeah.
Can't have that. Can't have that one bit. Interesting how it's national news.
Yeah, you know.
Shocking video, though. Probably plays into that.
Yep.
So, I guess we should get out of here.
All right. I see Rosie in the window, and I think I see Greg back there too.
Okay. Yeah, Rosie the Riveter with
That's
our
right.
headbands or bandanas
That's
every
right.
day. So y'all stay tuned because Happy Hour and Greg Udell, well, he's next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is